Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
Hello. Hey, yo. All right, fam. All right. So, here's the deal. What up, brother? Good to have you here, man. What up, Chris? All right. So yesterday I did a class, and it was long, right? Like 4 hours. But apparently, YT blocked my shit completely because of one particular thing, which I've used this song so many times, and apparently now they got all but hurt. I don't think it's because of the song. I think it's because of the damn information that I brought out. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to get to the points. I'm going to try to exclude any other videos that didn't really pertain to what I was saying, right? Just in case it could also be that. Look, listen, man. Whether you guys can stick around, watch it or not, it's up to you. I don't give a shit at this point, bro. I'm pushing out information and I'm giving you guys the sources, important books that you can't really even find, bro. And it's got to be a reason for it. Always remember this, fam. If the Spaniards did not care so much about our history, why did they go out of their way to destroy it? You know what I'm saying? I always wonder. I always wonder that. So listen, I always said this. I always wonder. I don't want to keep saying it. Anyway, so look, man, I figured out add some stuff that I didn't add yesterday, because I believe that the more you do this to our gente, the worse it's going to be for you. Remember, keep this in mind. You guys are the invaders. We're not in Europe. You understand? Like Raza, us people, we didn't go to Europe and shit. We didn't invade your fucking cold-ass European country, which is horrible as fuck, ugly, with no good food, nothing, okay? Nada. Y'all don't got that flavor. So we're not in Europe. We're here in this America's right here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as long as, we're on that page, I'm going to remind y'all how you are hurting the people of the chosen. And I don't mean it like as in some special privilege that we should be treating people like shit, like the Khazar Zoo. Nah. I've showed you guys material, and I'm going to show you guys in some of these books how God has a special eye for you, because he said it himself that his chosen people he will feed with corn. He would feed his people with corn, wine, and oil, and gold and silver. You can't find that anywhere else but here. So again, I'm going to show you the video, right? But I'm going to skip a lot of stuff. Videos that I put in there, I don't want them to block me again. It's just going to be the books that I brought out, okay? So they blocked this video yesterday. You can't see it anymore. I disputed it. They told me 30 days later, they're more likely not going to approve it, okay? So let's take advantage of it now, all right? Let's go, fam. Hope you enjoy this.
Into the tree, the dead man called out for his love to flee. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Are you coming to the tree?
Remember those screams, man. Remember those screams, family. And you as an enemy foreigner, because that's what you are. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it buck 100, bro. We're not in Europe. You know what I'm saying? We're not in Europe, man. Like, you motherfuckers came over here. Regardless of what advantages you had or supposedly how uncivilized we were, you motherfuckers came over here. It's not like we're right next to Africa and we're Africans and we jumped over to Europe. Now we're invading your country. No. We're here in the Americas. We never left. Explain that. How do you explain that? Now, here's another thing, and I'm just my 2 cents videos, and then we're moving on to like the actual class, okay? What YouTube blocked, fucking assholes. All right, so this goes to you wobbles. Oh man, dumbasses, bro, y'all are a joke. You're more embarrassing than these idiots over here. If the natives were originally black, like from West Africa, why would they be cheered by the white man like this? In 1927, when y'all claimed that there was racism so bad that they hated you with all their guts. So then that tells me that these people weren't black. Do you want to know why? Because the white man would have never embraced you like that. So we know who we are. We know who we are. And we're not going to stop feeding these people the corn, bro. Straight up. Bro. And yesterday's video, matter of fact, I'll start here because I think this is great. And then it's going to go into the video. And I bring up some great material. Anything that has to do outside of like videos, whatever, I'm going to cut off, okay? Just letting you guys know. Because I don't want them to block my shit again. Because they did. All right? So just be mindful. We're going to start right here. I'm going to be around here, family, because I also have something else to add to this. I have a lot to add to the video as well. So stick around. Let's feed the people the corn they need. Check this out. I am going to show you something. I've shared this before. No, I haven't shared this page with y'all before. But I've shared many things regarding this information. I think y'all gonna love it. Especially some of you brothers that always ask me for this info. Excuse me. By the way, I'm a little sick, fam, and I think I mentioned it to y'all. The cells and pits were blue body paint for some plants that produce blue dye. Yeah, that also in India, in the Middle East, they paint their gods in blue. And here's the funny part. Somehow it related to like seminal sacrifice. I don't know. I just found it interesting. Anyways, this is the murals of Sheikh Nab structure. So again, and here goes how Avan family, like when you study and you know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like not many people can fool you, especially when you get these wobbles and shit, these dumbasses that go out of nowhere. So I ask you wobbles, like, so this is you guys right here? So this is you? We see here, and I'm not necessarily going to read things to you, but this was found, and it's roughly dating, supposedly 2,300 years ago, supposedly. We don't know. But there is one thing about these pictures that I know that all of us can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us can relate to. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, hold on. Is this it? Right, check this out. Boom. Like, look at that. That's our people, bro. You know, those big hats. So it's not just and again, these don't look like black folks. Look at that light skin. Look at that light skin. What are you saying? Like, you don't look like them. Now, you don't even wear those hats. Listen, on top of the fact, and let's be realistic, family, on top of the fact that they always bring up phenotype, right? Where's their elongated head, right? Where's their longer neck? Where's their physicality that they always talk about? Oh, we're the fastest, strongest. We're all this, we're all this strength type of shit. I don't see none of that here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see none of that here. See, Chris says, what gets me is they act like our people or beliefs can't coexist with the Bible. And specifically native, so-called, of this land, like Native Americans, they want to call it. I have a brother that we talked about that subject today, as a matter of fact. He said he jumped on a TikTok and he was trying to explain these things to them. And he was saying, look, listen, I got sources. And they're like, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. And I'm like, bro, you know what? Déjalo, bro. Like, they must be that weak in spirit that you can't even say, okay, let me hear what you got to say. No, bro. Like, they don't even know the Bible. So it's like, if I want to debunk something, I learn about it first. Like, they try to say, oh, that's not true, and I don't know it. Like, if I say it's not true, I don't believe it, it's because I've investigated that shit. And my conclusion is BS. Who wears those hats? Either way, I'm showing you the history about our gente. We have a lot to share and to express in common. And I'm not pushing against who we are. You guys are just blind. You're talking shit about something you don't know. Just because you listen to some stupid BHI channel and shit, all of a sudden you're mad. Look, this is our history. And no one can take it from us. So just like you embraced stuff like this, okay? A lot of you guys do. Oh, look, you know what I'm saying? We've been here 30,000 years ago. And you want to use this material, correct? Okay. All right. Sounds good. These are people working hard. Look at these images. Do these look like morenos to you, bro? Straight up people from West Africa? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
Come on, bro. Stop it. There's no time for games here. Who works like this? Who carries these things? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? These are beautiful pictures. Look at that right there. El jarrito. Look at that. Are you telling me that's a so-called West African or African American? Pause that for a moment. Is that a so-called African American? Wobbles, FBA, FOPs, all you guys and shit. BHI too, because you guys actually do believe this. You just don't say it. BHIs do believe, family, that the original people were black here in America. They just don't say it to you. And you want to know how I know? It's because the reason why you don't look like them is because you mix with the Spaniards. You see what I'm saying? So now, my question to all of you, does this person look African? Or African American? I guess if that's such a difference. You know what I'm saying? No, they don't.
Are you?
Stop it. Stop it, Wobbles. Stop it. Try to defend your shit now. It's crazy, bro. Well, they're gonna isolate this part, though. You know what I'm saying? They always do that. But nah, other than that, like this stuff is fucking beautiful, man. Look at the hat. Again, the hat, right? Oh, look at the skin arc. Look at the skin arc. But you guys have no relation to this shit whatsoever. Whatsoever. This is what Amla was talking about when he was doing his interview. And I don't know if all of you revealed this here right now, but dude, you were asking me about this, bro. And this is actually it. This is right. I mean, I would advise y'all to take pictures of this, because this right here debunks all the stinky funk, all the way from Ethiopia to West Africa, bro. Seriously, all that bullshit that they like to sing and talk about, all that la 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 stuff, that blah blah blah, that confabulation. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to fit in history within the empty space. Somehow, some way, you lost your. Somehow, some way, it went somewhere. Don't get offended, man. Prove your cause. Defend your shit. I'll put the link up if you want to defend it. Are you going to use this image right here? Interesting, my friends. Is that a tattoo on her ankle? Wow. And look at that light skin. Come on, fam. Come on, man. Please. And that's where it's from, fam. You see that? Ahí les enseño la foto. Maya, by the way. Maya, which which actually covers what I'm going to be talking about. Because that's where you meet, where we mentioned Quiche. The Quiche tribe, or the Quiche, right? Maya Quiche, whatever. Okay, we keep going on and on. Look at this, man. Look at this. Come on, fam. Really? What is it? What are they doing? Cooking or pouring something. Sounds like it. Look at that sis right there. See? Look at the baby, family. Oh, hell no. Boom. Boom, boom. Man, for only 6 of y'all to be here watching this shit, man, hell with y'all that just left. I don't give a shit. Honestly, man, I'm not even doing it for a lot of people watching no more, because I can tell right now, bro, that you guys don't even know what to believe anymore at all. Look at this. The white man told y'all, right? that the reason why we were light-skinned was because they came. The BHI told you, if you believe in that bullshit, there's the reason why you don't look like them is because you mixed with the white man. That's exactly what they say to you. And I've been showing you guys books, material that actually says that, bro, we were all kinds of skin tone here. Look at that. Come on, fam. How come? See, that guy looks kind of Asian and shit, like the dude from that movie, Apocalipto. How come Wabos don't show this shit? And this isn't about y'all. It's about facts. So now let me show you something real quick. I'm going to go to... Let me see if I can go back, because I don't want to skip what I have organized here. Hold on. Give me a second. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, I'm just kidding, fam. Hold on. Here we go. Whoa. All right. So the first thing we're going to look at is a book called, and write them down, fam. Please do yourself a favor and write this shit down. A ver qué dice, hermano. Yo miré que AMLO lo expuso. Yeah, man. Bro. It was like. Es más, tengo una video. Es más, ¿sabes qué? Me recordaste de algo, Jeremías. AMLO dijo en una video que nosotros tenemos una historia, pues, antigua. O sea, así lo dice, ¿verdad? He says, like, we have a long history here. And then he says, from a place far away. Okay? I have the video where he says that. Now, and quite frankly, I don't want to necessarily show you the video because I have to look for the statement in his book. He wrote a book called Gracias, AMLO Manuel López Obrador. And on page, man, I don't remember if I should have wrote it down. I was reading it. And my mom showed it to me. Well, she didn't show it to me, but I was reading what she was reading. It was like 20 pages between 145 to 175. And he says it in the book. All right, so let me share this. I had actually shared this at the end of the class before I finished. But again, I don't want to go forward all the way. So I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about, all right? Here we see, and I actually have the book as well. So I had done a video about something about AMLO, right? Just like what he had brought.
Tiempo.
Watch this real quick. In this section, hold on, not here. Here. Watch what he says, okay? Just pay attention to what he says.
Para la producción agropecuaria, litorales. Tenemos un mundo de recursos. Un pueblo de primera, con una gran cultura que viene de lejos.
Teotihuacan, where there's evidence of diverse, powerful, intelligent cultures dating back to 400.
Oh, I don't want to continue to play that because then we get distracted from the point. All right. Now, the book it's called that he wrote is called Gracias, right? That's AMLO. Ahí está Shane Baum, right? Andrés Manuel López Obrador. On page, chapter 19, first page, I think it's 446, I think. Watch what he says on the bottom, okay? Para que vean. La herencia cultural. Comienzo por recordar que la grandeza en todos los órdenes en nuestro país tiene raíces culturales profundas y es lo que nutre el humanismo mexicano, lo que nos ha dado la identidad que poseemos como sociedad honesta, trabajadora y fraterna, meaning family oriented. Watch this. Esa idiosincrasia, esa manera de pensar y de ser viene de lejos. Now, some of you guys would probably say it's not a big deal. It's just a word. Okay, well, what does lejos mean? Lejos meaning, right? Lejos means far. And he said it twice. He said it when he's at it, speaking in front of people, and he wrote that in his book. And he said it himself. He said a culture that's que viene de lejos, that comes from a far place. For you idiots that think you grew out of mushrooms, you must be dumb. You saying that you have no connection to humanity whatsoever, bro? Nah, man. Wake up. Now you want to debunk what we're teaching or showing, then debunk what I'm sharing. Don't just get mad. Don't just cuss people out because that means nothing. Prove it. A matter of fact, I think he says it right here. This is from the book Gracias, and he says, recordemos que hace 500 años llegaron los españoles, right? Hold on. Llegaron los españoles y hace 700 se asentaron los mexicas en la actual capital de la república. Pero la ciudad de Calakmul en la región maya tiene pinturas murales y esculturas y artes de exquisita calidad y belleza desde el 2300 años. Según los arqueólogos, disculpen, las cabezas colosales de la cultura olmeca fueron esculpidas hace 3000 años y las pinturas rupestres de Baja California Sur son de hace 10,000 años. A ello debemos agregar que no solo se trata de vestigios materiales, sino de que este patrimonio debe concebirse acompañado de un gran desarrollo en la ciencia, es decir, en el conocimiento de las matemáticas, la ingenierías, la medicina, la astronomía y todo ello recubierto en lo músico, espiritual, ético, humanístico y político. So he's talking about like this particular pictures that I showed you guys right here, okay? And he also says that from what he found, it's not just, what we see, it's a lot of spiritual knowledge, mystical, so to speak, humanistic and political as well. So it means they had order. Now, again, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it says here, he states, and this is the ex-president of the Mexico, I'm sorry. He said that we come from a very far place, okay? El pueblo hebreo por Julián Rosa Delany. And it says this here on page 14. And I think it says it I think I need to show you page 835 as well. It says here, pero si estas filicianos son ingeniosos, no son menos las que corresponden a las lenguas quechua y aymara, que proceden del hebreo y del caldeo. So here we see that these people believe that the Quechua language and Aymara language proceeds from Hebrew or Chaldean, which is from that region in Asia, but not in North, like in the Middle East, because that's technically Asia. Okay. So it says here, los vocablos México, Perú, Cacique, Sinato, Canoa, Macana, Ana y Rasha o Racha vienen de los hebreos Masi, Pará, Acautín, Sinail, Canón, Macha, Ana y Aracha. Tupac viene de Topa or Tobi, familias Israel. So here's where we see, what they found. This is from Noticias Americanas. Entretenimientos físico-históricos sobre el América. Deja ver que no lo puedo leer. Sobre la América meridionas y la. No se puede ver eso. Y la septentrional oriental. Okay, so you guys can take a picture of that. We go to the next page. Check this out. It says here, sobre el idioma de los indios y juicio del modo en que es regular poblasen las Indias. All right? I'm trying to do my best reading it. It says, es opinión muy válida entre las personas eruditas que poseen con perfección la lengua quichua traer algún origen de la hebrea, con la cual le hallan mucha semejanza, porque aquellas palabras que en la Sagrada Escritura se conversan de y siendo en la pronunciación y en el sonido igual, meaning that the Hebrew sounds a lot like our language. No dejen de ser bastantes las que no se notan con esta íntima semejanza, de suerte que juzgándolo por este principio no admite duda, guardar entre sí muchas consonancia. All right? Resta saber si el significado que tiene en la hebrea es con precisión el mismo que en la otra. Porque las palabras que la Sagrada Escritura que se hallan en la quichua son por lo común aquellas en que los intérpretes no se han hallado conformes o que no les ha podido encontrar la inteligencia que les corresponde, no siendo extraño que en lo uno se parecen sin suceder lo mismo en el significado. Para poder determinar sobre ello con la propiedad, sería preciso que los sujetos instruidos en la quechua desde la infancia que la hablan y entienden en toda su fuerza, por serles natural como a los mismos indios, poseen el hebreo antiguo con la misma perfección y entonces podrían hacer la comparación de una con otra. So, he's talking about how if they could find, like, how can I say, ¿cómo te puedo decir? Like, if they could find the children, because children, when they grow up in the language, in the original language, you hear the pureness of it, not the, how can I say, the influence of other people, so to speak. Okay? Now, quick, fam. Let me show you something real quick. Again, I'm not trying to show this video because I want to repeat myself. YouTube blocked this video. I'm replaying it to help you guys out. Okay? I want to share this with y'all real quick. And let's continue.
In many ways depends on defeating Zionism and keeping the United States out of the Middle East. But I think the public needs to understand that the United States, as Martin Luther King said, is the greatest purveyor of violence in the world. We are the ones who are creating wars and terrorism every single day, to include drone assassinations that murder 98% innocents. Israel's days are not numbered, but I do agree with Shlomo Sand, who talks about the invention of the land of Israel and the invention of the Jewish religion. There are a lot of lies in Israel's history.
Shlomo Sand, I showed you guys how he debunked Khazars, he debunked Sephardics, he debunked North Africans, he debunked West Africans. Like, he totally debunked all of that shit, bro. Like, the truth is coming out, fam. And here in this channel, we don't sugarcoat that shit, man. I know y'all don't like me, and it's all good, bro. I'm not here to have you like me. I just want you to know the truth.
To include the fact that Israel was not there before Palestine. I'm reading a very, very good book now that suggests that the Roman Catholic religion was actually created by Caesar. It was a way for Rome to manipulate the masses. The turn the other cheek and render unto Caesar is essentially the world's first major propaganda operation to convert a whole bunch of people into anti-Semitic obedient servants of the Roman Empire. Why would you put the Catholic Church in Rome if it was supposedly the enemy of the Roman Empire? I think, in fact, it was a servant of the Roman Empire. The future of the Middle East.
Now, keep in mind that the book in question is what I'm about to read. And it's called Jews, God, and History. Now, we brought out, I mean, not only I myself, but, other brothers in this genre, we brought out information regarding these people bringing a translator and yada, 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 and stuff like that, right? But it's like, kind of like links that are more like hearsay. You know what I mean? Not necessarily official, so to speak. You can find these things random, but not necessarily officially written by somebody that has a lot of clout. Do you get what I mean? So, like for example, Max I. Demont, brother and I were talking about this yesterday, is almost the same as Noam Chomsky relating to who they are, right? So Noam Chomsky is very popular. Now, this guy, unquestionably the best popular history of the Jews written in English language. You need to understand what that's saying. Now, a lot of you may think that this means nothing. These are those so-called people that you guys don't believe they are the people of the Bible, right? Okay. Watch what they're saying. On page 371, it says, as a footnote, and I'm going to repeat this in a video, but I want to emphasize it. As a footnote to history, we must record the fact. Do you understand that? As a footnote to history, meaning this is real. This is not fake. We're not making this shit up. You know what I mean? He's not just like lying about this. This is not a narrative. This is not Waboism. This is not no native only. This ain't none of that. This is them, the people in power right now who have authority in that title, regardless of what you fucking believe or say. He says, as a footnote to history, we must record the fact. Footnote, history, fact, record. All of that is substantial, and all of that, you have to fucking accept it. It's not BSing you. That the Indians on the Caribbean island where the flotilla first landed were greeted in Hebrew and Arabic by one Luis de Torres. Do you understand that? That's a footnote to history. That's a recorded fact. And what else does he say? And why would they speak Hebrew to them or to us? A Jewish interpreter aboard the flagship. For Columbus, meaning Luis de Torres was a Jewish interpreter aboard the flagship. So why were they so sure that we spoke Hebrew or Arabic? For Columbus was certain that the natives spoke either Hebrew or Arabic. Now, the next following sentence does not say, but we found otherwise some shit because, you know what I mean, our history's so great. No. Matter of fact, you know how they confirm it without admission, without denial? It was the Torres, incidentally, who discovered maize and brought it to Europe. Ooh. So here it's confirmed, clear, stated, and literally, like documented. And this is not some just fucking random guy, okay? Look him up. Max Demont. He was born in 1912. He was like a Finnish American Jewish historian. This guy, if you find out his actual history, Talmudic scholar, yada, yada, yada. They don't write these things without them meaning it, family. Remember, they need to remind themselves. This is why this matters. And I believe that the reason why he's very confident with saying this is because he don't give a shit. Because in society today, they don't care if he spoke Hebrew at one point. My brothers and sisters, they don't give a fuck. In their eyes, you're just a savage. In their eyes, that's not your history. See, in their eyes, God can't choose you. The creator of everything favors you. You savages? Fuck no. So that's why you have Native Americans who think that they're fucking mushrooms and been here for 60,000 years, right? But worshiping like all kinds of shit. The moon, the stars, you know, the birds and the bees and shit. I mean, I don't know what you guys believe in. You always argue against the fact, but we don't know what to believe, what you believe in. So again, as a footnote to history, we must record the fact that the Indians on the Caribbean island where the flotilla first landed were greeted in Hebrew and Arabic by Luis de Torres, a Jewish interpreter aboard the flagship. For Columbus was certain that the natives spoke either Hebrew or Arabic. Basically, he's saying that's a fact. Now, here's why I believe this guy Max Demont was very comfortable saying that, because of this.
Are you familiar with the Khazar theory? There's a theory, it's widely accepted as anti-Semitic, that Ashkenazi Jews come from the Khazars and they're not Levantine. But DNA tests.
It's not anti-Semitic. It's a question of fact.
Ouch. See, I'm not being anti-Semitic, family, because I'm a Shemite myself. That's a Shemite right there, bro. Man, if y'all hate me for it, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Y'all stick with your, with your wicked ass, like weird ass beliefs, man. After so many years of reading and reading and reading, it's just you can't just easily believe. Excuse me. Believe people because of their emotions. You can't do that.
But DNA tests.
It's not anti-Semitic. It's a question of fact. So Shlomo Sand, for example, has argued that, I think probably exaggerated, but it's simply a question of fact. If my ancestors from the Ukraine have Khazar roots, changes nothing. I'm Jewish. My grandfather was Jewish. My family happens to have a story saying that we're descended from the Baal Shem Tov. Okay, that's part of the culture. Doesn't matter what the DNA shows. We live, this is a point that Ahad Ha'am made over a century ago in his lectures on the two Moseses. He says, yes, there's a Moses of history.
Listen to what he says. The two Moseses, okay? The Moses of history, meaning the Bible, and the Moses that they invented.
Who may have existed, may not have existed. There's a Moses of culture, and that exists as a cultural phenomenon. And it's the cultural phenomenon within our cultural tradition, whoever Moses might have been, and if he even existed. Yes, that's true. We live in a world of cultural traditions.
So basically he's saying, even if Moses was real or not, we don't know. But we are those people now. That Moses story attaches to us, not you guys. Especially not people that look like you right there. Hell no. Y'all beaners, wetbacks, and spicks, you cannot ever be. Not even close to the people of God. No way did he choose you. No way. Hell no. Like, you see yourselves? Look at you guys. Isn't that what they say, fam? Isn't that what Wabo say? Isn't that what Fopi types say? Black only say? Isn't that what fucking white nationalists say? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that what Christians really say? And they don't really say it.
Makes no difference what the DNA says. So, okay, if the DNA says we're not descended from the Baal Shem Tov, hence back to King David, but we're descended from somebody in the Caucasus, makes absolutely no difference to our identity. We should stop this silly game altogether. It's maybe of some scholarly historical interest, but of no significance for the modern world. The modern world is the cultural entities that we're part of, okay? Social and cultural entities. And so we should throw all that aside. They can play with it in biology labs in Israel where they're intent on showing something absurd. But we live in this world with its own cultural, social, political structures. And in this world, I'm Jewish, no matter what the DNA shows.
See that? You see that right there? No. How else can you say it? What better way for you to say it is but to put it that way? So I guess that's a good way to put it, fam. I'm living this life not expecting for any of that to change. I mean, the things have to finish before they can get started. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, when you want to plant a tree and you haven't planted a tree in a long time, right? You got to go in that that dirt. You know, you got to break all that ground. First, you got to wet it a little bit. Maybe if you got water, make it easier. You got to, twist. You got to turn that dirt and then get rid of all those, them rocks and clay matter, all that shit that gets in the way of the roots getting rooted. So that means it's going to have to be a total reconstruction of some shit. Like he said, in this world, they are those people.
There is an actual existing world in Israel-Palestine. I've already reviewed briefly what it is. Sharp discrimination against Palestinians within Israel, illegal settlements in occupied West Bank, destruction of Gaza. Those are the major phenomena we have to deal with. And there are ways to deal with them. And talking about what happened in the Bible is not going to help.
Yeah. So technically he's saying, I don't even really believe that. That's what he's saying. Now, I'm not going to play this guy much, or I'm not really going to play this guy, but he's defending the argument, right? So he's saying Sephardics, all these people here, blah, 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 Ashkenazis. That's why Shlomo Sands completely debunks their whole entire doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you got says. Question. So they say they are not Shem, but they don't say they are Esau. No, they say they are, they say they're Semitic. That's why they call us so-called anti-Semitic if we go against it. Right? That's it. But they don't say they're Esau. No, they claim not to be Esau. Esau from Shem. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Esau is of Shem. But, and when you just look at who they are, if you go back through their history, even if you really believe, well, not that you don't, that it's not true, but if you were to believe that all of them are Khazars from that kingdom, I don't know about all that. I think the majority of them are. That the history is real about the Khazars, it is real. I mean, shit, man. You guys want to connect Ashkenazis with Sephardics. You use a story of the Sephardic Ibn Hammam, whatever the fuck his name is, in Spain, communicating with the guy from Khazars. So don't say that it's not true. Don't say that, oh no, that's not, there was no major conversion. Don't say that. Because there's letters between those people in Spain and the people in those regions. So Arthur Koestler writes about that, right? And he basically shows he's trying to prove that he's an actual Hebrew, but he finds out that he's not. And look, I guess most sources report that in Israel 45% are Ashkenazi Jews, whereas a majority or 55 are Mizrahi Sephardic, of course, because the Khazar theory only questions Ashkenazi Jews' background and not the Sephardic and that shit is. As a matter of fact, I don't know Mizrahi because those people were already over there, but Sephardics, nah, bullshit. A lot of you guys are basically over here, and supposedly, you came out of Spain. Now, Shlomo Sands makes a beautiful argument. He says, if Jews were like really that massive in Spain and in the Iberian Peninsula and all of that shit, why would there be more Jews outside of Jerusalem, right, than in Jerusalem itself? Bruh. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why would you guys be everywhere else but the home country, which clearly the Bible says that's mother. That's the main argument, because guess what? A lot of these so-called Sephardic Jews came from the 711 AD conquering invasion of the Arabs, North Africans, all of that shit, man. All of those people were just like flipping back and forth in religions. None of them really fucking believe in anything. And Shlomo Sands confirms it. And as a matter of fact, you know who also confirms it? In the book called The Old Tribes of Myth. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see if it's hold on. Hold on a second. Let me see what the name of the book is. Let's look at the word myth. Oh no, it's called Lost Tribes of Myth. Okay? In this book called Lost Tribes of Myth, he goes into really deep information. I don't know what. Okay, this is one example. Page 535. Let's see. These seem unrestrained intercourse between lusty Arabs and Jewesses. Custom habits and manners and appearance were the same. Special dress was prescribed to distinguish them. Of the morals of the Magador, he wrote that the great body of the Jews were very poor. Moors entered the Jewish quarter at will and appropriated any woman that pleased them. You see that right there? So that you can tell, just real quick example, man. I just pulled up one page. And you can see Moors and Jews are not the same people. Right there. So in the Lost Tribes of Myth, he also questions this shit right here. Look, it says here on page 534, it says, in this Talmudic record of forced sexual commingling in North Africa and the rabbinic yielding to folk phrase and contracts, we certainly have a question of Berber or Moorish proselytes and of ancient North African pagan customs that still survive in influence North African Judaism. Shlomo Sand, this guy right here also debunks all of that shit right there, man. So, you know, again, I'm not here to make people feel good. No, I think my job is to make you feel bad. Because you don't like what I'm sharing. And again, remember, keep in mind, family, I'm sharing this video again because YouTube blocked it. They didn't like something in my video, which makes no sense because I've used that song many times. I don't think it's the actual song. It's what I'm sharing. You get what I'm saying? There you go, sis. Come on, man. Hey, how you doing, sis? Good to have you. Hold on, I think I missed. Oh, what's up, YouTube? Lameshi, what up? I didn't even welcome you like that. You know, I always do that. Hold on a second. Hold on. For everybody that's listening.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
All right, now let's continue. Again, I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to repeat that again. YouTube blocked this video. They didn't like something in my video. I'm just going to generalize it. So what I'm doing is making sure that we catch what is important, right? At least what matters. I'm not going to show any other videos that I might have played because I don't want them to cut me off because of that. Because I shared a lot of books in this video. A lot. Like 30 books. Let's go. Before I go further, hold on a second. My phone's going to die. Again, remember, I went over this book just now. So let me kind of fast forward it real quick. Matter of fact, I'll stop right. Yeah, and you know what? Let me just go because you're going to like the video that I played. Before I go further, let me show you this real quick here. Okay? Because it's me now. I'm you know what I mean? Like here's me. Oh, my bad, family. I don't want to. It's personal stuff. Here's me saying what I'm saying, bro. Because you know what I mean? Like I'm about to show you guys some shit right now.
We are not Hebrews. We no lost tribe of Israel. Hebrew history is only 6,000 years old. Native history is over 30,000 years old. Remember that.
You hear that? Even though Carbon Copy just completely debunks the bullshit. So instead of me showing you some old books of other people, of other, I don't know, ideas, I'm going to show you a book from them. And you're going to see what they say. It's just by Max DeMont, Jews, God, and History. And I found this so interesting, family. On page 371, okay? It says here, Jewish history in America begins with the expulsion of the Jews from Spain in the same year and month that Columbus set sail on his first voyage in search of a trade route to India. Jews served on board his small flotilla as able-bodied seamen. And they don't mean like that kind of seamen, okay? So we can see here, Jews. Do you understand that? And I've shared this with you before. This is not new to us. But hold on. It continues. Maps research. So it's seamen, map readers, interpreters, and surgeons, right? So they need someone to read the map. They need someone that knows how to, navigate the ship. They need someone that speaks different languages. And they need a doctor just in case y'all get sick and get cut. Okay? Very clear. Now, that's not enough though. And again, this is not an old book, fam. This is not some random Hispanic whatever. This is them. And look what they say. As a footnote to history, we must record the fact that the Indians on the Caribbean, that the Indians on the Caribbean island where the flotilla first landed were greeted in Hebrew. And Arabic by one Luis de Torres. Hold on. A Jewish interpreter aboard the flagship. For Columbus was certain that the natives spoke either Hebrew or Arabic. Now, this isn't a book from, some random somebody that tries to push a narrative, family. Okay? No. 1.5 billion copies in print. Unquestionably the best popular history of the Jews written in the English language. Second edition. So this guy's wrote a lot about those people. And they admitted themselves. He said it's a fact. It's a fact. It's not a fiction. It's not something they made up. And I've told you guys who financed the slave trade. I've shared with you guys many books. Jews and Muslims of British Columbia. I mean, that's just one of several other fucking sources that I provided for you. Here they admitted themselves. It says Jews served on board. Hold on a second. As a footnote to history, we must record the fact, okay? We must record the fact that the Indians on the Caribbean islands where the flotilla first landed were greeted in Hebrew and in Arabic by Luis de Torres, a Jewish interpreter aboard the flagship, because Columbus, the reason he knew was because he was a fucking Jew himself. For Columbus was certain that the natives spoke either Hebrew or Arabic. Now, you guys, hold on a second. Oh, sorry. Somebody had a question. My bad. My wife came in here. Hold on a second. ¿Qué pasó, ma? Babe, what's up? Okay, cool. All right. I will. So it says here that the Columbus was certain that the natives spoke either Hebrew or Arabic. Why though? Why was he certain that the natives spoke Hebrew or Arabic? Because family, in case you guys don't know, and I know you guys will like to hate, but see, that's why you need to learn what you're hating. 2nd Ezra 13 talks about a certain people of a certain area going to a certain location. 2nd Ezra 13:45 talks about Arsareth, that the 10 tribes of Israel went to a region called Arsareth. Here we see that Columbus knew that the people that were here, or gente, the natives, they definitely spoke Hebrew or Arabic, one of the two. because he understood that they left either in the Arabic or Hebrew time. They really didn't know, but they knew that we left that region. Okay? It was Torres, incidentally, who discovered maize and brought it to Europe. What a coincidence. Oh, shit. Hopefully we touch on that later. Because we also have wobbles that say that they taught us how to use maize. Please, bro. This is getting ridiculous. Who discovered maize and brought it to Europe were the potato. It enriched the diet of the Western man, leaving ourselves up into the charge that we credit the Jews with everything. We must also note that it was not Sir Walter Raleigh who introduced tobacco to Europe, but Torres and his Christian companion Rodrigo Jerez. Now, let me ask you, fam. At any moment, after them saying, says, straight up, man, that they spoke Hebrew to our Taino brothers first, right? Did they then say, oh, but we didn't speak Hebrew? Not at all. It says here, hey, yo, we spoke Hebrew to them, and you know why we did it? Because fucking Columbus knew that we would speak Hebrew as well. Well, what a coincidence, right? All right. Well, in case you guys don't know, they fucking tell you, fam. And this is why, you know what I mean? These videos don't get old, because now it's not just us saying it and, oh, Second Ezra said this and that, and or us bringing some old ass. Hold on a second, fam. Let me do this real quick.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
I have to do that because, again, they blocked my shit. All right, let's go. Book from some fucking random person. No, they're saying it themselves. A big-time writer, publisher, writer, whatever, that talks about them. And he said it himself. How did they know? Because of this, fam. Listen to this. This is from a movie called 1492 Conquest of Paradise. Okay? You should watch it. Very interesting.
Why do you wish to sail west?
To open a new route to Asia. Asia is the richest kingdom, the land of spices and gold. At the moment, there are only two ways of reaching it. By sea, sailing around the African continent. The journey takes a year. Or by land. But the Turks have closed this route to all Christians. There is a third way. By sailing west across the ocean sea.
The distance is unknown. It's said to be infinite.
Superstition. I believe the Indies are no more than 750 leagues west of the Canary Islands.
How can you be so certain?
The calculations of Toscanelli, Marin de Tir, Esdras.
Esdras, is that you?
So what's worse?
2 minutes, and already you're a dead man.
For telling the truth?
Yes. We are burning people for less. The men you're about to confront have no emotion.
See that? Making sense now, huh? Making sense now? Making sense now? I hope so. I hope so. Because in case you guys don't know, remember it says here that you know, he spoke Hebrew to us. How do we know that? Be like, how do you? You just said it, brother. It ain't nothing. Okay. How do we know that? Okay, I'm gonna show you how we know that. I'm gonna go more into this book more often now, family, more, you know, as we move forward. And this is one that I have. It's an awesome book. The Nux's spoken language, the links between the Maya and the Semitic during pre-Columbian times by David Allen Deal. You cannot deny, or you can't deny this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny this shit, dude. Sorry, you can't debunk this. You just can't. You know what I mean? And I'm also gonna show you, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm also gonna show you some stuff. Because unless you can debunk this, then maybe it makes sense. But nah, you can't. You can't touch this. It says here on page 14. Oh, I thought I had page 13 already. Hold on, let me see. Page 13. Well, I'll read you page 14. The other ones will come up. It says here, page 14. Okay. It says the Bible has it that the forefather of the people of Israel and Judah, one people, two lordships, was a man called Jacob, Yaakov, later surnamed Israel. His name is based on the Hebrew prime root Akab, meaning to supplant, as he was to supplant his elder brother Esau. Were you an Israelite of the time, you could refer to him as Baal Yaakov, Lord Jacob. If you were referring to his immediate family or his successors, you might say to him Baalim Yaakov, lords of Jacob. To carry this idea a bit further, had you followed the common Hebrew practice of dropping a first vowel of name, Yitzhak, Sak, Abram, Brahman, Jacob, Akab, you would have vocalized Baalim Akab, which, as you can see, is the name of the Maya father, patriarch of the people of fame. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you this. So here, I wish I had the other page. I'll look for it. The Papa Vu states that Baalam Kitse, upon his having a presentiment of his death, left a symbol of his being. It was a monk called Pisong Akal, I guess. Well, Pisong Gagal, I guess that's a Hebrew name. But hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick, because I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss that. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get that page for y'all, fam. Because I did write it down. Okay, here it goes right here. 76. All right, so here it goes right here. So Balaam Akab, right? Balaam Akab, Maya forefather, mentioned in all the Mayan titulos involved in the ancient events on the other side of the sea in Tulan. I want you to keep that in mind. Quechuan Civilization, page 273, 287. It says in Hebrew, Ba'alim Akab. Yeah, sis, this is it. YouTube blocked it. So I'm playing the most important parts. Matter of fact, there's a section where I kind of took a long time trying to find what I was looking for, and I didn't really read the important part. So I'm just gonna trim that out and then read it to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So look, man. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you, sis, man. Look, for all you guys that are listening to this channel, I'm dedicated to what I'm doing. Nobody pays me. There's no narrative. I don't have a church. I don't have a group. I talk to brothers on the phone often. I've been talking to you brothers now. You guys can confirm it if you're listening for over 2 years now. Most of y'all. You understand? And that's how I've been able to build my community again, or at least what they should be calling themselves community as well. And Lord willing, one day, man, we can make it actually like fruitful, because I have one brother that we're talking about, purchasing land someday. Now, are those things going to be to manifest themselves like right now? No, we're not being silly. We're building. Who knows what's going to occur? So right now, I'm just showing you. All we're doing right now is showing you our roots. Hebrew is not too far from our people. And when you look at what it's about, it's all about order. See, this is where you natives and shit, and I'm gonna call you yantas and shit. You yantas, this is why you yantas don't get it, bro. This is about order, bro. That's the whole point. Like, do you guys not realize that when people bring this out to you, right? It says that blessings for obedience. Blessings for obedience. Let's just say, for example, that if you are obedient to yourself, if you have a good character, you carry yourself well, You're responsible to your family. You respect your wife. If you guys have problems, you don't go and fuck around and do something dumb. No. You start kind of reflecting on it. And that, yeah, it takes time because everything, like you learn something as you become who you are at this moment now. Like, see, I'm speaking in a way because I don't have to say, oh, I'm an Israelite. Like, I'm not saying that no more. I'm like, I'm already practicing the things that the Most High is letting me understand. So I, within myself, am saying these things to y'all because I'm living those things. I have a wife. I have kids. I have a young little child. I have an adult daughter, a 22-year-old daughter, and I have a 4-year-old daughter. Yes, I'm almost 50. Yeah, I got it like that. I mean, you know what I mean? That's the way our bloodline is. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
This right here.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
I'm a Mexica with a deep bloodline. And I know where my bloodline comes from. And I'm sharing with you guys where yours may be. Am I saying all of you guys are these people? No, fuck no, because I can tell. Probably a lot of us, and I'm going to include myself right now, a lot of us probably ain't. You can see the wickedness, man. You can see it, bro. So it's not about convincing people no more. It's just showing you guys what is very obvious, and then you either fucking read it and dissect it or you don't, and you go back into your fucking dumbass hut and become you. Because Balaam Akab is a word that we've heard here in the Americas. You cannot deny that shit. The planter. Balaam Akab. Balaam Akab. Baalim Akab. Hebrew meaning noble of Jacob. Balaam Akab, right? You see that? Balaam Akab. Okay? I think I said it enough. Lord Jacob. Balaam Akab. Balaam Akab, right? Okay. Perfect. I'm glad we got that clear. Now I'm going to show you this. Sorry, I'm sick. Excuse me. Whoa. I'm going to show you something. Jacob. And it says, we'll just go here. Tools. And then we'll click on Jacob. Remember how many times I read that to you, okay? Listen to this.
Strong's H 3290. Yaakov. Yaakov, right? Look at the spelling, by the way. Okay? You're like, nah, it doesn't sound the same. So, yeah, you're right. Okay, sounds good. Now, here's the root word of that word. H6117. Strong's H 6117. Akav.
A cab? A cab? What do you mean? What's that mean, fam? Right? To supplant.
Strong's H 6117. Akav.
A cab. Now we have Strong H 3290.
Strong's H 3290. Yaakov.
So we see here that a cab, Yaakov, a cab. Okay, now, in case you guys don't know, look, I'll make it simple. That's why you see this name in the Bible. That's why you see this name in the Bible, family. Okay? And this is like a king or something. And the Most High, in a way, dealt with him. Here's where matter of fact, have you ever seen that movie Shrek with Donkey, Shrek and Donkey? Like, this is where they get it from. Numbers 22:29. The ass starts talking to him like, yo, why you beating me up, man? I fucking took care of you all this time and shit. Balaam. And Balaam said unto Balak, this is a capital B, which basically also means if you really read, you know what I'm saying? Like the story, like God was dealing with him in some way. I haven't read too much about him, to be honest. But I find it interesting that that word Ba'alam, which you don't see it applied to anybody else, we're using it? And you don't think that's significant? It doesn't matter. Like that doesn't matter, right? Like it's pretty stupid to think that way. It's pretty stupid to fucking ignore it. Now, I put this up. I posted this on one video, and I forgot about it, man. But I'm gonna bring it to you guys up. As I posted this, it says in the Bible, the word wind is ruach. H7307 is the concordance. Okay, so H7307 is a concordance of the word ruach. So keep in mind that time does change the language and pronunciation. So let's consider the word urakan. Now consider the word ruach, but add a kan after. So look like ruakan or hurakan, which Quechua is, it's a language very similar to Hebrew. We read about that stuff. Like, for example, the spirit, right? What's the spirit? We'll show right here. Oh, my bad. The word spirit, we'll go to Genesis, very simple, 6 and 3. My spirit, right? To the point. And it's what?
Strong's H7307. Ruach.
Ruach or ruach, right? It's basically ruach. Now it says here that it means wind, breath, mind, spirit, breath, wind. Oh, heaven, right? Wind, right? Okay, now let me show you something. Huracan. What is huracan? Hurricane means what? It's also the name in Quiche Maya, God associated with wind, storm, and fire. That's exactly what ruach on. And again, these people are listening to us talk. That doesn't mean that they know exactly how to write it down. You can't believe that. You gotta be stupid. I don't remember where this book is from. I'll find it maybe later on. It says, en el inmenso campo de idiomas indígenas sudamericanos, la ciencia lingüística ha progresado muy poco hasta el día de hoy. I'm gonna skip it. Dice, entre algún idioma indígena con uno o varios idiomas del antiguo mundo. All right, so it's basically saying that. Let me start here. Se nota frecuentemente el diletantismo en los ensayos hechos y la ingenua tendencia a demostrar sorprendentes relaciones de parentesco entre algún idioma indígena con uno o varios idiomas del antiguo mundo. Y la consecuencia es que nos encontramos ante un mare magnum de teorías y conjeturas que carecen de valor científico, meaning they got some valor, they have some good proof. Then it says, ya el gran apóstol misionero, padre Bartolomé de las Casas y varios otros coetáneos de él pretendieron demostrar que los indígenas de América procedían de la raza semita. Now, are they saying Hebrews? No. But again, you guys that believe in the Bible, right? Do you ever wonder, what are you, a Hamite, Semite, or a Japhite? What are you? Do we not ask ourselves those questions? Does it not matter? Then it says here, las lenguas andinas en sus relaciones con el grupo lingüístico semita. Hace comparación entre el aymara y quechua y el hebreo, de las cuales algunos son en realidad sorprendentes. Aymara, Uru, Elía, hebreo, it says Aymara, it says Uru equals el día. Hold on, Aymara, Uru, el día, hebreo, oro, or la luz. Okay, en Aymara, Uru equals el día. En hebreo, or la luz. Quichua, pakar equals la mañana. Hebreo, boker, la mañana. No hace muchos años un boliviano Emeterio Villamil publicó un libro en que trata de probar nada menos que el aymara es lengua de Adán. Meaning Hebrew. Afirma que el sánscrito, el sumero, el ario, el zend, el hebreo y las lenguas indogermanas tienen sus raíces tomadas del Aymara. No es poco su pretensión. You see that? You can't deny these things. You can't turn a blind eye on it. This is from that book, El Pueblo Hebreo, page 35. El doctor Pablo Patrón dice también que las razas quechua y aymara han fundado una civilización en las yunares del Efretus. Oh, shit.
A ver, que alguien me explique.
It says your Quechua Aymaras actually like had a foundation of Euphrates. Remember, keep in mind that not Deuteronomy. 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40, it says this: those of the 10 tribes were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came there into another land. Which waters? The Euphrates. Verse 43, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow place of the river. And it says here, el doctor Pablo Patrón dice también que la raza quechua y aymara han fundado una civilización en las llanuras del Eufrates. Entonces todos estos rastros prueban que los indios no son oriundos del Perú, como sostienen muchas personas, así como ustedes, güey. We've been here 30,000 years ago. We've been here 50 million years ago. Me no Hebrew. Here is debunking your shit too. Entonces, todos estos rastros prueban que los indios no son oriundos del Perú, meaning like you didn't just fucking grow from the ground out of Peru and shit. Like completely separate from every human being. Like you were like an organism and you just completely grew on your own, had no relation to white or black or Asian or nothing and shit. Y'all full of shit, bro. Oriundes del Perú, como sostienen muchas personas pendejas, I'm going to say that, llegando a asegurar que han brotado de la tierra como los hongos. Let me read that again. Entonces, todos estos rastros prueban que los indios no son oriundos del Perú, como sostienen muchas personas, llegando a asegurar que han brotado de la tierra como los hongos, pendejos. Lógicamente, eso no puede ser, güey. No sean babosos, cabrones. We've been here 30,000 years ago. We have no connection with nobody over there. Why? You running from your Mongolian fucking, what do you call it, insecurity and shit? Are you that insecure that you get called that and that's why you like run from history? Maybe that's what you are. Maybe you guys that are running from it, maybe you guys are Mongolians and you don't want to fucking hear it. Because we ain't calling ourselves Mongolians, fuckfaces. We're going into history and we're walking over the Mongolian theory and we're showing y'all that we ain't even close to that fucking theory. But no, you guys are scared of that. So I sometimes wonder, why are you so scared of a name that don't belong to you?
A ver, que alguien me explique.
Who are you?
Lógicamente eso no se puede ser, güey. Chingada madre, cabrón. O sea, ¿cómo puedo explicarme yo, güey? Más aceptable sería más aceptable sería la prodescencia israelita de los indios. ¿Ya ven cómo dicen, güey? It would be more acceptable to be like, yeah, you guys are Hebrews. Don't you think you're a fucking mushroom? That we like we had no connection with Africa and Europe. We've always been in this continent. And the reason why these dumbass natives want to fucking rely on that shit is because they're like, if we say that we weren't like, this isn't really our land, that we just migrated here, that gives the white man the right to take our land. Hey, fuck faces, he already took your land. You're not fucking dumb. You guys are fucking dumb. Like, we're going to give in to the theory. Bro, he took your shit already. Are you not seeing it? He is diapering. He's leaving his diapers in your land, bro. Más aceptable sería la prudencia israelita de los indios, como dice el doctor Rocha. Watch this. El fundamento escrito aparece en un pasaje de Esdras, uno de los escribas más notables del pueblo judío. Capítulo 3, el libro 4, which is what I was reading. Sus profecías tuvo Esdras 250 años antes de Jesucristo. Una visión de un hombre que salía del mar y congregó numerosas gentes. Let me see. Hold on a second. The over 30,000 year theoretical natives, over 30,000 year old theoretical natives insults one like us for bringing out information like this. Yeah, I know, bro. Like even this guy says, bro, it's like he's, I don't even know how to translate it. I think it sounds fucking great in Spanish and says, entonces, todos estos rastros prueban que los indios no son oriundos del Perú como sostienen muchas personas, llegando a asegurar que han brotado de la tierra como los pinches hongos, güey. Lógicamente eso no se puede ser, cabrón. Más aceptable sería la procedencia israelita de los indios. You see what I'm saying? Being an Israelite is more logical than your fucking logic, dumbass.
A ver, que alguien me explique.
Who are you?
I hope it offends you. I mean, sometimes, fam, I just, maybe I need more patience. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll help me a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's like, bro, come on, man. Remember the word ruach? Look, this is from a book called The View of the Hebrews. I forgot to show it to you. In English, it's rushing wind. In Indian, is rowa. Rowakan. In Hebrew, ruach. That's what I was using the word ruach with urakan. And we use the word ruach. We see. I'm going to show you some books that show that. I think in this one too. Oh no, this is the Origen de los Indios. Oh, let me not forget that I have that. I'm gonna continue because I think I. Oh no, that's right. I was gonna wait. Hold on. I'm gonna stick to it. I was gonna show you this one next. This is hold on. Let me go to the page. And again, I told you guys I was gonna show you a lot of pages, a lot of books, and it's your due diligence to look for them, get them, find them, buy them, keep them, show them to your family. And if they don't give a fuck it. Show them to yourself. Because this is your salvation, fam. You got to know who you are, bro. Look, listen, man. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. But I tell you one thing. Our people were keeping order. And a lot of other nations didn't like that shit. You saw the video. We weren't sacrificing people. We were killing those bastards because they were breaking laws. Don't they do that here? How many people did they deport because, you guys broke the law? And sent you to like Africa and shit. That's one was like fucking killing you, dude. Like ending up in a country you're not even belonging to. That's fucking nuts. It says here, Origen de los Indios del Nuevo Mundo. Take a picture of it, please. Con privilegio. I don't know what year that is. We're going to go to page 298. Oh, 100 pages short. Another 40. Another 10. Okay, here we go. Just 2 pages. I'll get through it. 96, 97, 98. It says here on page 98. It says, en la Nueva España hay este nombre México, el cual, como lo advierte el padre Fray Esteban de Salazar, es hebreo. Y así se pone en el Salmo 2, que quiere decir Cristo Jesús, which is not true. What it means is MESHIACHA means anointed, not Jesus Christ. Okay. Y aunque ahí en aquella pronuncia es nombre de una ciudad, y acá en el Salmo nombre que daban los hebreos. You see that? Nombre que daban los hebreos. This is the name that the Hebrews gave. Los reyes, los sacerdotes y a Cristo nuestro Señor. Basically saying that the kings and the prophets, right? The priests were anointed. Que ellos esperaban esperaban había de venir a de medirlos. Then now here's what here's the good question, fam. It says that we, que ellos esperaban había de venir a remedirlos, pero no se repararon eso, que bien pudieron acomodar el nombre. Fuck, I can't even read that. Let me see, hold on. Que bien pudieron acomodar este nombre a una ciudad, porque el caudillo que traían los pobladores poblaron a México se llamaba Messi, y como otros escribieron Meshi, y de este se derivó después el nombre de aquella ciudad. So basically saying that, look, here it goes, on the bottom. Nótese el nombre Meshi, que es realmente hebreo y cuadra maravillosamente al caudillo Cabeca y capitán de los mexicanos. Por esta misma razón podemos decir que el nombre Yactán es el que ahora tiene pronuncia en Nueva España, que es Yucatán. I don't know if you guys know this, but Yactán is in the Bible. And he says that Yucatán was named after Yactán.
A ver, que alguien me explique.
Porque aquel fue el nombre de un hijo de Iber, en quien habemos dicho con autoridad del tostado, I guess, que se I can't read that. Honestly, fam, I'm not really used to these words, man. Hold on a second, hold on. Y ya que él no les, que yo, you know what? I'm going to skip it because I don't want to sound like shit. I hate to sound like that. My bad, fam. My bad. Sorry. I wish I could read it. Just couldn't read it. And I don't want to sound sloppy. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, look on. I already showed you guys that. Literatura. I showed you guys this one. Okay. We have. Oh, hold on. We have this book here. Ligeras observaciones, elementos de historia. All right. And it says right here on page 100. Alguien se ha avanzado a afirmar, según refiere Sobrón, las lenguas americanas, que el idioma de los aborígenes de Cuba era hebreo, correspondió y Fray Juan José Bautista, whatever book he wrote, llamado el título mexicano, creía firmemente que el hebreo y el náhuatl son lenguas hermanas.
¡Que alguien me explique!
Who are you?
Let me read that again. Llamado el título mexicano, dice que Fray Juan Bautista escribió. Man, I don't know what that is. I have to get the PDF file. If you guys want it, just like send me a message. I'll get it to you. Llamado el título mexicano, creía firmemente que el hebreo y el náhuatl son lenguas hermanas. No participó de tan exagerada doctrina, pero sí me llama la atención que el idioma de los aztecas, como lo enseña don Francisco Fernández y González, las lenguas habladas por los indígenas del norte y de Centroamérica, presentan notables analogías con el hebreo en la formación de los plurales y los prefijos pronominales y en el futuro del verbo sustantivo. Más aún, no falta quienes aseguran que el pueblo cario, pristino, poblador del actual territorio del Centroamérica, es probablemente el pueblo civilizado más antiguo del mundo, el cual tuvo al Egipto por colonia y fue quizás la cuna de la humanidad. Holy shit!
¡Que alguien me explique!
I think Vega, you may like this, man. In case you're watching. Now I'm gonna show you this real quick. We're not done yet. Show you this real quick, man. This is here Ayaman language. You know, that's from our people. Hiraharan, right? Ayaman language. Ayaman, right? It's here for us, you know what I'm saying? It's our language, you know. We know that, right? Check this out. Description is a map from Saudi Arabia. What word do you see there?
A ver, que alguien me explique.
I can't debunk my shit. Matter of fact, bro, here I'm in the mood I'm in the mood to chop it up with some of y'all. Let me see. Hold on. You guys wanna join? Someone wants to debunk this shit? Well, I don't know. You us brothers want to jump in and maybe add to what I'm teaching? By all means, hit the link. If you want to try to debunk this, by all means, hit the link. Ayaman. Oh, hold on a second. And then what's that other word? Shilam. Shilam Balam. Remember that shit?
A ver, que alguien me explique.
Ayaman language. And there's a city called Ayaman in Saudi Arabia. It's an old map, by the way. It's an old map, fam. You know, it's an old map. But see, what I'm saying to you is we migrated from somewhere. And whether you like it or not, y'all got to debunk this shit. And the reality is that you can't. See, I love my people. I love my history. I love where I come from. I am not afraid to be wrong. And that's why I find what I find. And a lot of you guys are. And you can't back shit up. At all. You can sit here and tell me that, oh, you not whatever. This is from another book I got. Okay? Let me remind you. And let's read this real quick. On page 9, and I wrote this because I do have the book, First White Person to Land in America, Rodrigo de Triana, sailor. So he was the first white person to land in America, in the Americas, okay, in our continent. So that means that everybody else was fucking swarty, black, and dirty. Smallpox carrying bastards. Damn fucking invaders, bro. Anyhow, but that's not the point. I digress. This is on page 9. It says Columbus saw that the setting was not the anticipated one of India. Man, I wish I could read like this in Spanish. I'm gonna keep practicing, fam. One of India. So they sailed onto Cuba. Here again, Luis de Torres went first because he was the interpreter, understood Hebrew and Chaldaic, Arabic, and other languages, and he had held a Spanish government position as an interpreter. Now, somebody could say, well, you could show that book about, you know, the Jews and all that stuff, right? Like this one right here. Remember I showed you guys right here? This one, right? And it says that, again, Cristobal Colon, he knew. For Christopher Columbus was certain that the natives spoke either Hebrew or Arabic. And Luis de Torres basically spoke to us. And you know how? That's why he took maize and tobacco back over there. Because he communicated with us and we said, hey, this is how you use it, blah, 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 blah. So we were speaking Hebrew, family, okay? Before anybody goes and fucking tells you otherwise. Now, how do I know? Because guess what? Here they prove it again and says, hey, man, listen, you know, we came here with an interpreter. And this is why we can confirm it, fuck faces. Luis de Torres went with another member of the crew to deliver a letter of greetings from the king and queen of Spain to the great Khan of Tartary. He would have able to converse with the great Khan. Luis de Torres was both an ambassador and interpreter, yada, yada, yada. Instead of the great Khan, Torres saw natives smoking tobacco. He took it back over there, remember? He also saw strange birds, which he called tuki, the Hebrew word for peacock.
A ver, que alguien me explique.
Who are you?
You want to know? I can prove it. And see, that's the thing. See, I can prove all things. See, I can prove everything I'm fucking talking about. And guess what? I can go to the Bible. I can go to history. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can listen, you guys do not hit ever this link to try to debunk my channel because you know damn well you will get slaughtered in this channel. I think it's the word. How do we do it? Hold on. Here, let me see. I think I wrote it in here. 2 Kings 10:22. I'm sorry, not 2 Kings, 1 Kings. 1 Kings 10:22 says this. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish. Hold on. In Haram, once in 3 years came to the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold, silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. Okay, remember what? Wait. What was the name of the peacock? Tuki. The word Tuki was later corrupted and became the modern Turkey. Thieves. Right? Turkey, right? Peacock. This is great. What is peacock?
Strong's H 8500. Tukiyim. And second entry, Tukiyim. Tukiyim.
Tuki. And then they add their Yiddish shit. Tukiyim. But you know what I mean? He's speaking Hebrew, and that's how we can confirm it, that he knew what we spoke, and that's why they brought interpreters that spoke Hebrew and Arabic, because they knew who he was. And, you know what I'm saying? And this is why these wobbles want to steal your shit. They don't want to steal your heritage because of your fucking feathers, because of your fucking tortillas and shit. They're not even going to make that. They don't want to steal your history because they want to fucking enjoy the diet, the traditions, all the stuff that we have in it. No. They don't fucking care. They want to fit the Bible. That's a fact.
Who are you?
They want to fit the Bible. Por eso les arde, güey. Now, I'm kind of hard pressed on this, so I'll say it right now. You know, because I mean, I have to show you. Let me see. Here it goes right here. Now, remember, keep in mind that I'm not the best reader in Spanish, but here is a link of the Popol Vuh. It's lado castellano, lado quiche, okay? Quiche, and so you see the words here, you see the translation on the right side. So now we're going to have to go all the way to like section 40, I believe. Let me see if I'm there. Okay, we're at 20. 35, okay. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, I want you to listen to this real quick, family. Hold on. 40. Come on, let's go to 40. Again, you know what I mean? They're talking about like, we've been here 30,000 years. We had nothing to do with those people. Yeah, that's why we speak fucking very similar to them, right? And by the way, nobody really, listen, fam, the people that claiming to be the Israelites, they're not the Israelites. They're not Negros. They're not Khazars. Fuck that shit. Listen, I've debunked BHI left and right. That's why they don't fuck around with my channel. They can't answer the questions that I ask. So they go to the softies, you know what I'm saying? So check this out. It says here, we're going to read a little. It's like written in Spanish, but there's some words that are separated, so I'm going to do my best to join them together, okay? Y grandemente se alegraron Balaam Kitse, Balaam Akab, Mahukuta, y aquí Balaam. We've seen the word Akab, Balaam, Akab. So Lord Jacob, okay? Listen to that. Lord Jacob, as far as I know. Cuando se vio el lucero que salió primero brillando y salió primero ante el sol, y luego desataron el copal y el incienso que habían traído de allá del oriente. Okay? So it's talking about all right, check this out, fam. I wanted to pause it on that moment because I did a lot of reading that, would be detrimental to the brain. Because we went like, I think, 10, 15 minutes trying to find the source. But here's what I'm talking about, okay? So watch this. This is the link from, or at least the Popol Vuh, okay? And we have on the left side, Lado Quiche, and then Lado Castellano. So these people wrote Spanish in a very awkward way, right? Now, without trying to waste too much time, let me get to my point. There's a section here. Watch this. Watch this real quick for a minute. Watch this. Oriente. Okay, we're gonna go all the way to the back. I think like around 18, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Here it goes right here. Okay. Now, keep in mind that we're talking about Balaam, Akab, Yakab. I brought it out many times. Okay. So we'll start here. Los primeros nombres que vinieron de la otra parte del mar, del oriente, antiguamente vinieron aquí y murieron ya siendo muy viejos y son llamados los respetados y acatados. Luego trataron de ir allá al oriente, tratando de dar cumplimiento a los que sus padres les mandaron, que no los habían olvidado. See, so I guess our gente tried to migrate back over there to say thank you. Y ya había mucho que habían muerto sus padres. It's been a long time. Cuando casaron y tomaron suegros y tomaron mujeres, 3, y dijeron que se fueron, vamos al oriente de donde vinieron nuestros padres. Listen to this. Vamos al oriente de donde vinieron nuestros padres y tomaron sus caminos los 3 hijos. So if you read this part, he's basically talking about that we came from another place. Watch this. De los, I don't know how to say that. De los Ahuaquiche, ya sí se llamaban los que fueron allá de la otra parte del mar. Let me go back. Okay. Now it says here. Luego trataron de ir allá al oriente tratando de dar cumplimiento a los que sus padres les mandaron, que no los habían olvidado. Y ya había mucho que habían muerto sus padres cuando casaron y tomaron suegros. Y cuando se casaron y tomaron suegros y tomaron mujeres, 3, y dijeron que se fueron, vamos al oriente de donde vinieron nuestros padres, y tomaron su camino los 3 hijos. Jacaib se llamaba el uno, y el hijo de Balaam Quiche, de todos los que Cahuiquib, Coacuetec, y los otros hijos de Balaam Acab, de los de Nihai Ba, Coahua, se llamaba el otro hijo de Majucuta, de los Ahuaquiche. Ya sí se llamaban los que fueron allá de la otra parte del mar. 3 fueron los que fueron y sabían lo que hacían, y no eran hombres de balde. So here we are understanding that he's talking about that our people in Quechua history is saying that they tried to go back to the place they came from the other side of the sea. From the other side of the sea? This is Quechua right here. You guys can listen, there's it's a very long, no, it's not that long, honestly. Just got to take your time. Okay? Goes all the way down to 50, I don't know what. But it starts off right here. Lado Quiche, Popol Vuh, Lado Castellano. I would say start reading maybe at around 35, to kind of get an idea. Take your time. Some of these words you have to connect. Do you understand that? Because this is Castellano. Castellano people were fucking dumb. They were choppy in their 13 comunicación. Sorry, called you asses out. We made your language better. Anyways, let me skip this whole section because that's technically what we went through. And now we start right, I think, here. All right, let's go. Un momentico. Oh, that's right. There it goes right here. Ah, fuck. Now I found it. Okay, here it goes. So we're ahead of these games here. Now I'm going to show you something that gets really interesting, okay? Because, again, we got to tackle it. We're going to tackle it. Let's go.
Africans were here first, and they didn't just arrive. They taught Native Americans how to farm, and we have proof. Did you know that maize, one of the foundational crops of the Americas, has genetic traces linking it to ancient African agricultural methods? Ancient African seafarers like the Mali Empire are believed to have reached the Americas centuries before Columbus. Carvings in Mesoamerica, including the Olmec statues, display distinctly African features, showing undeniable cultural exchange. And it wasn't just statues. Farming tools found in pre-Columbian America are strikingly similar to those used in ancient Africa. For example, African hoe designs closely match those found in Native American farming sites. There's even evidence in ancient texts and oral traditions that African travelers brought advanced agricultural techniques with them. Why isn't this history widely taught in schools? Was it erased on purpose?
What I mean? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? That's worse than my reading in this page. What you mean y'all fucking gave us corn, bro? What are you talking about? Seriously? Okay, let's remember from this page I showed y'all, right? It says it was Torres incidentally who discovered maize and brought it to Europe. What? What the fuck, fam? If you guys really fall for this shit and you just like, oh, they're probably right, it's because you're a pendejo, way. Let me remind you something, Wobbles. Y'all don't know shit about corn. You don't even fucking know where to start. Give me a break. Do you guys know what tejuino is? Do you guys know what tejuino is? It's a traditional Mexican drink, primarily made from corn dough. Oh, masa, which, by the way, is also in the Bible. We're going to touch on it. It's like, what the hell? Really? When have you heard or even seen a black man or a black woman in the street selling tejuinos, güey? A ver, ¿cuándo, güey? ¿Cuándo? ¿Cuándo están vendiendo tejuino, güey? When have I seen? I've never fucking. Please, I'd like to taste a fucking tamal that black folks make. When the fuck have you seen a tamale stand que los negros tienen, güey? Please, bro, stop it. Corn, here goes. When did corn come to India? Corn was introduced to India in 16th or 17th century by the Portuguese traders as part of the Columbian exchange. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. So the Spaniards that were mostly swarty looking motherfuckers and dirty and shit, full of smallpox, predominantly from West Africa, right? Took the maize concept to Europe. And then here we confirm that India barely even found out about maize in the 1700s. Explain that to me. Now, here's exactly why. Family, I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's why they hate you, bro. Here's why they fucking hate you, fam. They do hate you. Oh, yeah, they fucking hate you. If they didn't hate you, they wouldn't want to steal your shit. God gave his chosen people corn. Likely refers to the biblical accounts of God providing grain, often translated as corn in all the translations. The Israelites, his chosen people in the Bible. They don't want your history because of your fucking tacos, bro, or your sandalias, or your sarape and shit, or because your bigotes, or because of fucking beans and rice, or the food that you cook. Get out of here, man. You ain't that special, dumbass. They want your heritage because it fits this book. Joshua 5:10 says this, and the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at evening in the plains of Jericho. Remember Passover? Okay, keep in mind. And they did eat the old corn of the land on the morrow after Passover. Watch this. This is how I can prove to you that corn is what we eat. Tortillas, tamales or pasteles, what they call it in the Caribbeans. It says here, they did eat of the old corn of the lamb on the tomorrow after the Passover. Unleavened cakes. Old corn. Now keep in mind, family, that corn can last you a year. You can leave the corn on the cob. It gets hard, and then you just break it up and it becomes maize, and then you can make unleavened cakes. And parched corn in the self-same day. Right? And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. So after manna came the corn. Neither had the children of Israel manna anymore, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. Why? Corn. God gave them corn. He gave them manna, and then he gave them corn. Deuteronomy 33:28. I know it hurts your fucking feelings, natives. You can't deny this shit. Now, if you don't like it because you don't know how to read, or you don't like the Bible, or you don't want to read the Bible, then that's not my fucking problem. If you hate this shit because you're just offended, I'm glad you are. Keep sowing in that fucking dirty soup of yours. Deuteronomy 33:28. Israel then dwelled in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. What? So wherever Jacob is, the sons of Jacob, right, and the daughters of Jacob, you'll see corn and wine, meaning a fruitful land. There ain't no fruitful fucking shit over there in Africa like that, or in Israel. Give me a break, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Not even in Europe, bro. They can't grow this shit over there. I mean, you really gotta watch it. As also his heavens shall drop landu. Joel 2:9. Here in Joel 2:9, it even tells us, bro. Joel 2:9. It says here, yeah, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, because God chose his people and he gave his chosen people corn. Behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith, and will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. Why? Remember, this oil can translate to all kinds of oil. We're talking about lands here, fam. We can grow corn all over the Americas. And again, wherever you see corn is where you see his people. And see, these wobble fuck faces can't take that away, bro. I mean, they can tell you, they'll go on TikTok and yap it all day and night, but they can't debate and fight over this shit because they get destroyed. They'll get destroyed real quick. Ezekiel 36:28, and ye shall dwell in the lands that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. And I will save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you. Here's where we confirm it right here. Hosea, like my name. Joshua is Hosea, basically. Hosea or Joshua 2:8, Hosea 2:8. For she did not know that I gave her corn, meaning Israel or Jacob, and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. Where can you find corn, wine, silver, and gold? Nowhere but the Americas. Watch this real quick. It's too easy, fam. Y'all too simple, bro. Gotta prove this shit wrong, man. You know what I mean? Like, we're here. We are willing to listen to your Native American asses. Hold on, I'm looking for something. I got you. I got that. She. Let me see if I can get this page for y'all. The brother sent me the molcajete one. Shit. Make sure y'all like and share, man. This does not cost you anything, family. And share this information. Take pictures of the books that I shared with you and share with your family. Share with. All right. So, for the sake of being blocked last time, I'm gonna skip this video. Okay, just so you guys can find out. Now, I'm gonna show this to y'all. Watch this real quick. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. All right, watch this. Excuse me. This is from Jews and Muslims of British Columbia. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this here real quick. Hold on, I think it's downloading. All right, here we go. Watch this. Historians speculate that the first European, meaning white dude, to sight land on October 12, 1492 was also Jewish. The sailor Juan Rodriguez Bergemo, called Rodrigo Triana, left Spain upon Columbus' return and entered the service of the Moors in Morocco. His name and memory are honored today by the American Jews, from whom the story of auspicious beginnings is point of immense pride. Do you understand this here real quick? It says here, what is even less frequently mentioned regarding the Spanish and French settlements and voyages is that many of the colonists and sailors were of Sephardic, Jewish, and Moorish descent. Basically saying that the first people that were shown up here were not white necessarily, fam. Watch this real quick, too. It says here, on top, interpreter, sailor Alfonso de I cannot read that, Traina, who is claimed to be the first white man to ever see the New World. Wait a minute, hold on a second. He didn't come by himself. So who were those other people? See, they weren't white. They weren't considered white at that time, right? Torres settled in Cuba and have been credited with the introducing tobacco to Europe from his vast tobacco plantation. Remember, keep in mind that they came in, spoke Hebrew to us, right? So the connection between the Jews and the discovery of America was not, however, merely a question of fortuitous coincidence. The epoch-making expedition of 1492 was a matter of fact, very largely a Jewish, or rather a Marrano enterprise. You see what I mean, fam? Don't trust these fucking people. Don't trust these fucking people. That chart, that's, dude, I mean, that's just like some dumb shit now. But those are facts. And you guys aren't seeing it. All right, so let me skip this video because I don't want to get blocked for that. You know what? Do you think I would get blocked? Let me see. Now, matter of fact, you know what? Let's start. Let's see, 10 minutes. No, you know what? Let's do it here. Let's continue. With people that care. Don't share it with your people that don't care. Because maybe people don't care, bro, and you're wasting your energy. Like, get to know people. And if they show that they care, then feed them.
Have you ever thought to yourself, hey, the word Michoacan and Michigan, they're pretty related? Well, it turns out they are. Michigan translates to great body of water, and Michoacan, it translates to land of many fishermen.
By the way, that's Chapala, okay? Chapala is the biggest lake that Mexico has, and it's in Michoacan. Let's go.
First, both indigenous words. And secondly, they have the root word of mich, which overall what they have in common is the meaning of water. So why?
Check this out. And I want to leave it halfway because, again, you know what I mean? It's all about education. It's all about education, family. It's all about education. Right? Mish, right? He said the word Mish. Mish, like for waters, right? A body of waters. Okay, ready?
Meaning of water.
Hold
so what they have in common
Oh,
is
shit.
the meaning.
Come on, bro. Do it right.
They have the root word of mich.
They have the root word of mich, right? So M-I-C-H. Now, this is Genesis 21:15. It says the waters were spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. That's, we can always dissect that. But here's the meaning, right? Check this out. Mish is the root word, correct? Mish for water, for Mishuagan or Michigan or Mishuagan. Listen to this.
Strong's H 4325. My.
Is it Mish? No. But how can it be M-I or Mish or my or Mish? You know what I'm saying? How can it be so fucking relatively close, fam? This is water right here. Water. You see that? Water. A land of waters, right? Waters. See, here it says that the root word for Mishwakan is Mish.
Word of mich.
Right? Or Mich. And here we see that the water means my.
Strong's H 4325. My.
Which overall what they have in common is the meaning of water. So why is this a big deal? Well, for me personally, that shows that our ancestors traveled, had a common language of connection besides being separated by thousands of miles. Our histories connect, our languages connect, our cultures connect. Therefore, we are this people of this land.
Therefore, you see that? Our languages connect, our similarities connect. Ruach's in the Bible, Huracan is in the Bible, MESHIACHA is in the Bible, Masa is in the Bible. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't know that Masa's in the Bible? You want me to show you? It's in the Bible, bro. Like, you guys are too simple, man. It's too easy. This is, and again, look, listen, man. You want to debunk my shit? Then can hit me up and debunk my shit legit. You don't believe you're a Hebrew? Fine. Then come try to tell me that this is not your shit. Because guess what, dumbasses? Masa is in the Bible. Unleavened bread. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Masa is in the what?
Strong's H 4682. Matzah. Masa.
Unleavened bread. Like tortilla. Matzah. H 4711.
Strong's H 4711. Matzats.
See? That's a root word of it. I mean, that's a word similar to it, right? But we're talking about what? Unleavened bread. Tortillas, way. Or let's put it this way. In Puerto Rico or in the Caribbeans, I think, I don't know, Guaracuya, you can confirm. You guys call tamales pasteles? I think you do, right? So here we see Jeremiah 7:18 dice, los hijos cogen la leña, y los padres encienden el fuego, y las mujeres amasan, y las mujeres amasan la masa. That's too easy, dog. Y las mujeres, basically work with the masa for what? Para hacer tortas a la reina de los cielos. Mira, güey, para que veas, cabrones, para que vean, güey, para que vean. You guys can't fucking tell me y'all ain't Hebrews anymore. December 12th, posadas. A ver, güey, ¿cómo les va? Boom, there it goes right there. See, the brother said, yep, that's true. You guys call them pasteles. So, posadas, como decir tamales. A ver. El 12 de diciembre, güey, mira, le sirven un chingo de tamales, cabrones, a la reina de los cielos, güey. Mira, diciembre 12, tamales para la reina de los cielos. Ay, para que vean, pinches diablos mamones. You see that shit? Look at that. Y'all give this stuff to that. You see, you bake cakes. Hey, hold on a second. Mira, para enseñarles, güey. Because, see, I know my shit. Dice aquí. Y los hijos cogen la leña. Y los padres encienden el fuego. Y las mujeres amasan la masa. ¿La masa? Sí, güey. Para hacer tortas a la reina del cielo. Y para hacer ofrendas a diosas ajenas por provocar a mí, por decirlo. ¿Ya ves? So, la masa que usaban para hacer tortas o pasteles, right? Is right here. I'll give you an example. Watch. Jeremiah 7. I think it's in 18, right? Yep, Jeremiah 18, 7:18. Watch this. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm sick. I don't care. It says here, Bible, which means different pronunciations, right? So we're going to go to the Spanish one, para que vean, güey. Les van a decir pasteles aquí. Dice, a ver, ¿dónde estamos? Ok, dice, dice, los hijos cogen la leña y los padres encienden el fuego, las mujeres amasan la masa para hacer tortas a la reina del cielo, right? Los hijos recogen la leña, los padres encienden el fuego y las mujeres amasan la masa para hacer tortas del reino de los cielos, right? Los hijos recogen la leña, los padres encienden el fuego, las mujeres amasan la masa para hacer tortas a la reina. Tortas, basically. So now let's go back to the torta part. What is the torta? A ver, ¿dónde dice la torta? ¿Qué es una torta? No son nalgas, güey. No mamen, camiones. So la torta dice aquí que es H3561. And torta means what? Sacrificial cake. You can't debunk this channel at all. No BHI, no Sakari, no GMS, no ISUPK, no IUIC. I don't even fucking know how you pronounce that acronym shit no more. Y'all are funky. And Christmas Christians don't even want to touch me no more because I'm embarrassing their Jesus, their Mithra, their belief, all that stuff. See, the real Hebrew is actually awake. I'm trying to show my people who we are according to what we are, not what people tell us. And I'm not going to believe in some fucking book to believe in our history because you told me that's what belongs to me. How the hell does Jesus come back 4 times? Okay? How does that even happen? After the Old Testament, right? Supposedly he was going to come. Why did he come once? You know, when he was born. Why did he come again after he died and showed up to the Marys? Why did he come again in Acts 1 to talk to the people? And why did he show up to Paul again? And for example, here's another one. And I talked to a brother about this. Like, now that we're in this topic, real quick, just kind of sidetrack here a little bit, not to get too sidetracked, but Job 2:1 talks about, Satan, you know what I'm saying? Like Satan shows up to God. Like, here we go. Here, like God is like, yo, where's everybody at? And Satan shows up to serve the Lord, right? Now, here we see that God controls everything. There's an order, okay? That's 1. 2, I don't remember which scripture, but in Corinthians, or Paul talks about those people that were done to do exorcists. Let's see, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Exorcist. Hold on, no. Jesus Bar-Jonah, I think that was his name. There was a guy named Jesus Bar-Jonah, I think, who was trying to be a prophet. Right? In the new, I think in the Corinthians or something, he was trying to be a prophet, but he was like he wasn't. And he tried to exorcise a demon out of somebody. I don't know if you guys remember that scripture, right? He tried to exorcise a demon out of somebody. And then the demon says to him, and I think it's in Acts, the demon says to him, like, yo, man, I know that guy. Like, I know that guy. But I don't know that guy. And the spirit, right? The evil spirit jumps on him. So, considering now, Job 1 says all the spirits showed up to the Most High, right? Okay, so they all know each other, fam. So then how in the world does Satan then take Jesus to tempt him as if Jesus didn't know, or Satan didn't know who Jesus was? And second, who wrote that shit? And third, did God send Satan to tempt Jesus? Because God controls everything. Just like God said to Satan, go tempt Job. He's a good, righteous dude. Why would God, the Father, go and send Satan to tempt Jesus That makes no sense. So you see, in this channel, we don't fall for no okie doke, man. We're going to go thorough with our knowledge and understanding, and we're going to break down these scriptures. And if that means that the New Testament looks kind of iffy, then we're going to stay there. Because, all right, I wanted to finish that point. Check that out. Check it out real quick. Before we forget, because I don't want to ignore this point. So I Googled, okay, so I Googled, you can see on my screen, I said, who eats grasshoppers today? Humans, you know what I'm saying? Like a very simple question. Humans. I didn't know how else to question it. And it says here, my friends, humans eat grasshoppers today, particularly in parts of Mexico and in Central America, where they are known as chapulines. Grasshoppers are considered a nutritious food source, being rich in protein and fat, and have been consumed since the mid-16th century in Mexico. Yeah, bullshit. Way beyond that. They are often prepared by cooking, and while they are safe to eat, it is important to remove the legs and wings before consumption. Grasshoppers are also being farmed for food in various regions, including Africans and supplemental diets. Well, you know, that's later time, right? But who predominantly do they name? Us. Now, maybe you guys don't know this, because I did ask that question. I said, and it's in Leviticus. Hold on a second. Leviticus 11:22. It says, even these of them you may eat. Here, I'll read it simple. You may eat the locust, cricket, or grasshopper. See that? Now, check this out. This is where it gets even more interesting, because we're talking about masa, unleavened bread. We're talking about things that the Bible is talking about, right? Watch it.
The consumption of chapulines in Mexican history traces back as far as the 16th century. During this time, grasshoppers were a vital source of protein before the Spanish conquistadors introduced domesticated animals to the region. Crunchy, for sure. And supposedly, bugs are packed with protein. But the minute you take a bite, you realize these crunchy little bugs are really just the juice for spice and texture.
We'll add to the fact that the scriptures talk about how you are supposed to eat unleavened bread, roasted. I'm saying unleavened bread with roasted meat. Okay? Watch this. This is Exodus 12:8. And this is basically carne asada tacos, but in this case, you know, what you saw was, grasshopper tacos. It says there, Exodus 12:8, that night the meat is to be roasted and eaten with bitter herbs and with bread made without yeast. Do you understand that? So let's go to King James. You can kind of see. It says here, it's a little extended. It says, and they shall eat the flesh at night, roast with fire. See that? Carne asada. And unleavened bread, meaning masa, so tortillas, with bitter herbs, they shall eat it. You know, like cilantro, cebolla, you know, all of those other ingredients that go with carne asada. But we saw a video that you can see basically masa, right? Unleavened bread with all the bitter herbs. And in this case, it's not roast, but it's with grasshopper. But you see that, you know, it's, how is it that it's in there? How is it that we have that type of relationship with these things? You can't deny that. You can't just ignore that. You can't just like walk over it. Translation, transliteration, and a bunch of Esau bullshit. Let me go ahead and go fast forward to the point of the next move. And after this, family, I'm going to let it play, and then it's going to end in about Yeah, right there. We got another, maybe something like about an hour. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not letting it go that far. All right, just letting you know. And a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this right there. So just to help y'all. Just to help y'all, family. We're gonna speed it up. Ready? Let's go. He backs his shit up. He believes what he is. He believes he's an African. I have respect for that. I'm not looking down on him. I hope he never looks down on me. I look at him eye to eye because that's how we move. There's no reason to fear what you don't know, fam. Find out.
This, we all black, whether you African or American, don't mean anything. Look, man, no, they need to stop it. You need to go tell them niggas. If anybody coming to you looking like this, telling you they indigenous to America, they done lost their damn African mind. And I'm not gonna stop saying that, man. You know what I'm saying? I was all about that kumbaya shit, and them niggas said we ain't African. And they told me that 3 years ago. No, so hell no. Fuck no, man. That ain't disrespectful as hell. A lot of these niggas is disrespectful. So I call them niggas hot glue, feather, wearing Negroes who lost their African mind, man. You know what I'm saying? When they get back to Africa, then they can talk to me.
Okay, I got some more real quick. All right, let's go through it real quick. Tlalocan, revista de fuente para el conocimiento de las culturas indígenas de México, volumen 9, 1982. Okay, it's very hard to find. Let's go to this. Section 29. Dice aquí, fueron engañados nuestros abuelos y padres allá en Egipto. Esta conexión entre la tradición bíblica de los israelitas y los antepasados quiches fue hecha ya en la teología, capítulo 99, en la teología de los misioneros detallan cómo el diablo había engañado a los israelitas para que se adoraran piedras y palos. You see, like, check this out. In Deuteronomy 28, God said, if you keep my commandments, you good. But if you go worship other people, then I'm gonna fuck you up. It says here in Deuteronomy 28:64 says this. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto another, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, which is true, even wood and stone. In Deuteronomy 28, just like this confirms here that y'all ended up doing that. Well, we ended up doing that. That doesn't mean all of us ended up doing that. I honestly believe, bro, that I was not doing that. That's why the Most High woke me up again. Remember, he has a few. Pinches pecadores, güey. No, I'm just kidding. También dice Biblioteca Nacional, América 10, folio 91, que ellos, los quiche, eran familia de lengua de los israelitas. Parece que nuestros autores nativos aceptan esta identificación, aunque, como hemos visto, tienen un entendimiento de ella muy diferente de los misioneros. So, we claim to be those people, very different than Christianity. Well, of course, y'all don't know shit. You know what I mean? Second page. Y por eso ciertamente lo hago. Yo, don Juan Álvarez Jacob, dice, yo soy de la... No, ok, y por ciertamente lo hago, yo, don Juan Álvarez Jacob. Yo soy de la familia de Iztayul, Tecum, Tepepul, Jacob, y Kumats. Now, Tecum is in the link that I posted here for you guys. This right here, where you see the Popol Vuh translated and in the actual Quechua language, and then in Castellano. Right? Remember, family, when you're reading it in Spanish, sometimes you got to connect some of the words. And the U is a lot of times a V, okay? It says here, Kumats, I guess, que vinieron de Tulán. We read that. Tulanzú, remember? The Quiche were talking about Tulanzú. Okay. Allí, al otro lado del lago, al otro lado del mar, nosotros somos hijos de Jacob y Moisés. Cuando vinimos de Babilonia, somos israelitas. Hijo de Jacob. Dice aquí ordenamiento, dice, estaban completos los que vinieron de Tulán, los nahuales de Tamur, los nahuales de Jacob, los Mukeklan, los Chipalcán que vinieron de Tulán. Remember, we were reading this stuff, kind of similar, right? Los compañeros pobres de Tulán, se decía a ellos, en la cuarta esquina, los cuatro lados se mostró, y en la oscuridad, en el amanecer, vinieron Mukelkan, Chipilkan, Halkichun. You guys know those words. I can't say them. Se llamaban los señores quienes vinieron de Babilonia, los israelitas. Dice, las 5 casas y los 5 lugares que vinieron de donde salía el sol, de Cihuantulán, vinieron con los naguales, disculpa, de Tamud, con los naguales de Jacob, el nagual Cac, el nagual Tepish. Eran los compañeros que vinieron de Tulán con Balam, Kitza y los Kawakib. Kitza. Isaac? Is that what it could be? Lengua y literatura araucanas. We'll go quick. Dice aquí, en el inmenso campo de idiomas indígenas sudamericanos, la ciencia lingüística ha progresado muy poco hasta el día de hoy. Pocos son las investigaciones que van hasta el fondo del problema. Se nota frecuentemente el diletantismo en los ensayos hechos y la ingenua tendencia de demostrar sorprendentes relaciones de parentescos entre algún idioma indígena con uno o varios idiomas del antiguo mundo, right? I think we read this already. Yeah, we read this. For the sake of time, I'm not going to read it again. Okay, this is page 14 of el pueblo hebreo. It says, pero así estás. Yeah, we read this too. It says que las lenguas quechua y aymara que proceden del hebreo y del caldeo. We read that. Okay. Now this is Historia de México, right? Carlos Alvear Acevedo. Okay, and it says this right here. Oh no, that's not it. Oh, that was the one before. My bad family. No, that's not it. Way. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, so that's it on that on. My bad. That is not part of this. This is part of this, I believe. Okay, just keep that in mind because I didn't have the page for it, and I believe it's this one. Okay, now I got something else to show you because remember we're almost done, man. We're almost done, fam. I know I've been keeping y'all here for a while, but I gotta solidify it with this. You know, we talked about migration, right? We see the Quechua people. They're saying like migration and shit. Migration, right? We came from where the sun came out, right? And then the further we went, the earlier the sun came out, right? So that means we're walking east. Now check this out. Los voladores de Papantla, o también llamados pájaros de la tierra, es un ritual milenario asociado a la fertilidad que nativos totonacos realizaban año con año. Okay? Right? You have never seen no one else do this shit. Our people were doing this, right? Los voladores. Okay. Here's another book I got, fam. It's called, hold on, let me see if I have it. Oh, hold on. Okay, here goes. Here's the book I have. It's called Wanderings of a Pilgrim, right? In search of the picturesque during 4 and 20 years in the East, with revelation of life in the Zizania, or is it whatever, okay? All right, now, it gets interesting. Watch this. On page 26, it says this. It says, the other day, hearing it was a Buradim, day of festival in honor of the goddess Kali, whose temple is about a mile and, I guess, a half, right? I drove down in the evening to Kalugat, where had not the novelty of the scene excited my curiosity, disgust would have made me sick. So he's like, pulled over because he was like, what the hell's going on? Thousands of people were on the road, dressed in all their gayest attire to do honor to the festival of Churuk Puja, the swinging by hooks. What? Among the crowd, the most remarkable object were several Vorig mendicants. Their bodies were covered with ashes, their hair clotted with mud and twisted around their heads like dreads. They were naked all but a shed of cloth, okay? Let's see. Let's go back here. It says, a little further on were 3 swinging posts erected in this fashion. A post of some 30 feet in height was crossed at the top by a horizontal bamboo, from one end of which a man was swinging, suspended by a rope. From the other end, another rope was fastened to the horizontal pole below, which was turned by the men running around like horses in a mill. The man swung in a circle perhaps 30 feet in diameter, supported by 4 iron hooks, 2 through the flesh of his back, damn, and 2 in that of his chest, by which a small bit of cloth across the breast. He was entirely supported. He carried a bag in one hand. Isn't that interesting? Right? Now, our people didn't do that. Maybe they did. I don't know. Things change, right? That's what he's talking about. A pole swinging, okay? It's the book that I'm talking about, right? We know all this. This is not confusing. Okay, what about this, though, man?
Who are you?
What is that? Holy shit. What the fuck is that? These are Hindu people, family. See that? That's the Middle East, right? Wait. What? Who are these people? I thought we were the only ones that did that. Who is that family? Does that look like you? Change their attire and it looks like us, right? Who discovered America? Now, I'm not saying we're Hindu family. What I'm saying is that we crossed from over there. Look, it is not all but utterly impossible that this peculiar form of swinging penance should have originated independently both among the Bengalis, like what I'm showing you, and Dakotas in the Americas. So, the voladores in Mexico and in the Dakotas, before they murdered our gente over there, our brothers and sisters, but our brothers mainly, us three were doing that. In Bengalis, Dakotas, and in Mexico over here. Hey, you native brothers, so-called. Can you debunk that shit? Can you explain to us how come that we have that similarity? Since you're saying we have no connection with nobody else, like seriously, we're like independent from other human beings. Basically, that's what you guys are saying. We've been here 1 million years ago. And when the numerous other coincidences between Hindu, Chinese, Japanese, and American myth and ritual, especially measurements of time, both in India and America. See? Look at that. Only us and them do this. Now, they do it in a different fashion, of course, but they're the only ones and we're the only ones that do this. How is that even connected? Look at that. Balam Kitz, again. We just went through a whole plethora of this stuff, man. Nombre Quiche, uno de los ancestros de los quiches mencionados por el Popol Vuh y el título Totonicapán. Nombre hebreo que significa el profeta. That's what it means, prophet, Balaam. You want me to show you? I'll show you. Because apparently, like sometimes I got to show you. Watch this, hold on. Hold on a second. Watch. Probably from not a people in foreign Balaam, Mesopotamia, a Mesopotamian prophet. See? I don't lie, my friends. I never lie. Well, I mean, I try not to lie, I guess. Not intending to lie. So we see that here, right? And we see this here. How they use the feathers. We used it too. But these people know. Did we travel? Yes, we did. All you dumbasses that believe we've been here 30,000 fucking years and you were just like a mushroom, bro, like y'all are dumb. Similitudes entre los nombres de las deidades asarias y mochicas. Sin, dios de la luna. Imperio asirio, sí, dios lunar. Chilam, I showed you guys a map about that. Nahua. Nombre Nahua para un grupo de indígenas de México, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras y Nicaragua. Nahua, nombre árabe de una ciudad de Siria, donde residía una comunidad judía en la época romana y bizantina. Nahua. Why is there so similarities? Look, India is basically Judea. Ayaman, Shilam. Look at the huts over there in Montaña Babilonia. The huts like here. See? Who else lived in teepees, family? They didn't see this shit in Africa. Get the fuck out of here if you try to say that shit. La Infinge Indiana. Dice aquí. I didn't write it down. It says here. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, this is good. The issue with Troy. It says here, one instantly recollects the fact that in the Middle Ages, India would often be used to refer to Judea. Their respective names used to be written similarly, with Judea spelled as India. Woo! They call us Indios and they call them Indios too. Again, think about this, family. Sometimes we pick up things that the conquerors do. Remember, the 10 tribes were, well, basically all tribes were in Assyria at one point. And it's funny how the Cascos here in Moche, Peru is very similar to the Assyrian. I'm not saying we're them. I'm saying that you got a good chance that you picked up some of those things to remind you. Maybe it was a reminder. Los Cascos del Perú y Assyria, very similar. See? Mexica y Syria. Again, I'm not saying we're those people, but you do remember when people have done some shit to you. Don't ever forget the oppressor. You think we're going to forget about these damn Edomites this time? Hell no. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. These are ziggurats, very similar to the ones that we have here. Matter of fact, some similar styles are in India and in China and Asia as well, northern part of Asia. Are we related to Asian people? Yes, of course we are. Family, they're Semitic as well. But this whole Mongolian bullshit, man, you guys gotta fucking stop. Face that shit, walk over it. It means nothing. Because once you get into history, it means nothing. It means nothing. These wobbles, West Africans, they can't prove shit, bro. I'm destroying them. And again, they don't want nothing but their history because it matches the chosen people of the Most High. Look, posible reconstrucción del templo asirio, según Charlie Chapis. Look at that. It looks just like ours. And the Israelites or Hebrews were enslaved by these people. Listen, somebody are the Israelites for real, fam. Who matches them? We eat the same food they eat. Look, who else eats grasshoppers? We do. Who else eats masa? We do. Who else makes cakes out of masa? We do. Who else makes pyramids? We do. Who else was fringes? We do. Who speaks like Hebrew? We do. Balam Yakab? Come on, let's get your language. Come on, fam. There's so much. Oh, man. Molcajete, carne asada, ceviches in the Bible, bro. Cilantro, tamarindo. Come on, man. This is too easy. San Isidro de Sevilla y Etimologías, edición bilingüe. Gregorio García, Origen de los Indios del Nuevo Mundo. Watch what it says here. I'll say it on the bottom, right? Nosotros somos los descendientes de los israelitas de San Moisés. De la parcialidad de los israelitas salieron nuestros abuelos y padres. Vinieron de donde sale el sol, allá en Babilonia, donde celebraron rituales con el señor Naxi. Tal fue el origen de nuestro linaje. These are all pronunciations of Ki-Ikab. This is Quiche language. Is this, what book is this? Oh, América en su imagen. I think this is it. It says, en tiempos pasados, otros autores imaginaron orígenes distintos. Los indios eran para ellos descendientes de los fenicios, de los asarios, de los cananeos, de los chinos, de los cartagenos, de otros pueblos, ya de Europa, ya de Asia o allá de África. Y aún varios escritores creyeron también que los indios procedían de las tribus perdidas de Israel, basándose en supuestas conexiones que la crítica moderna ha desechado. Oh, shoot, my bad. That's this book. I'm throwing pages at you guys, so just write them down. América y su enigmas. Dice, pero son ya muchos los datos que se van acumulando para confirmar la no espontaneidad de las civilizaciones americanas, olmecas, mayas, incas, sino una afiliación directa con otras culturas primitivas, asirias, egipcias, hebraicas, tibetanas. De todos los misterios que envuelven a esta migración, el de los mayas es acaso el más fascinante. Y el Popol Vuh o su libro sagrado, el hilo más interesante como el de Ariadna para llegar al final de su oscuridad, para llegar al final del oscuro laberinto. Labyrinth, basically. It continues. América pertenece al mismo linaje. Fue Diana en una flecha cuya trayectoria cruza a Israel, Egipto, Fenicia, Gracia, Roma y España. Lo que España descubrió fue sobre todo un camino con puerta de origen y meta de llegada. y que por ese camino navegaron Sócrates, Fidias, Euclides. He's saying all kinds of stuff. No, I don't like this one. He's saying a bunch of BS. But anyways, América Crisol de la raza del mundo, dice aquí. Dice, el escritor Victor Wolfgang von Hagen no ha mucho publicó en un interesante libro sobre John Lloyd Stevens, quien fue el primer explorador americano de la mitad del siglo, what is that, 19, que llegó a interesarse en las antigüedades de su propio conocimiento. Von Hagen, como el antes citado Birmingham, también informó en su libro sobre la opinión prevaleciente en el siglo XVIII, un universalmente aceptada en América sobre que el indio era el descendiente de las tribus perdidas de Israel. Roger Williams, fundador de Rhode Island, y John Eliot, el primero que tradujo la Biblia al lenguaje indígena, lo aceptaron como hecho, al igual que William Penn, fundador de Pennsylvania. Otra cosa, one thing I want to say, Napoleon Bonaparte wrote, well, there was a book written about what he said. Okay, and Napoleon Bonaparte also confirmed that the Israelites were in the Americas. And damn well didn't say they were African or white, for that fucking matter. John Lloyd Stevens personalmente en su libro confía ampliamente en el testimonio bíblico y la profecía del Antiguo Testamento. Su distinción, sin embargo, entre los indios norteamericanos y los que él llama mexicanos, a los localizados más allá del sur, es correcta, así como sus deducciones sobre la importación de las manifestaciones artísticas para la investigación de los hechos históricos. Su teoría se refiere a la descendencia de los indios norteamericanos, de los hebreos y los indios mesoamericanos, principalmente del Tiro. Como conquiste a los aztecas. Dice, muchos días que por las escrituras de nuestros antepasados tenemos noticias que ni yo ni los que en esta tierra habitamos somos naturales de ella, sino extranjeros viniendo de partes muy extrañas, y sabemos asimismo que a estas partes nos trajo un señor del que todo eran vasallos, el cual se volvió a su naturaleza y después de mucho tiempo volvió, tanto que ya estaban casados los que habían quedado con las mujeres naturales de la tierra. Let's talk about biblical history. Dice, y hechos pueblos donde vivían, y queriéndoles llevar consigo no quisieron ir ni recibirle por señor, y así se volvió, y siempre hemos tenido que los que de él descienden habían de venir a sojuzgar esta tierra, y a nosotros como sus vasallos, y según de las partes que 2 veces que venís, que es el poder de donde sale el sol. Right? So from the east. Historia del pueblo de México. It says here, aquí lo que se ve a través de ese género documental son los elementos de la indumentaria, el gorro cónico en Egipto, el gorro cónico en la mayalogía, la sandalia en ambos pueblos. You see this? El gorro cónico en Egipto y el gorro cónico en Maya, right? Meaning a hat. Then it says, the sandals in both places. Presentase a sí mismo la costumbre, incuestionablemente originada de la alta antigüedad, meaning that we come from the old age, de grabar signos sobre los hombros, espaldas y piernas de figuras humanas labradas en piedra, y tal estatigrafía ya entre los semitas y ya entre los pre-mexicanos. So everybody tries to say you're anti-Semitic, say, fuck you, I am a Semite. Because I'm a Hebrew, bitch. Las fuentes de informaciones en cuanto a la mitología del pueblo de Tuyazán se refiere son las siguientes. La primera y más importante son cuentos y leyendas de las aventuras de divinidades y semidiosis, héroes divinizados y personajes sobrenaturales. He's talking about our people, right? We have like certain histories like that. Historia de México. El Jaquil del antiguo hebreo significa casa grande. Jacal del acadense es palacio. Jekal o Jacal, Shikayi, en náhuatl evolucionado, es para nosotros una choza. Y especialmente en la materia, creen que la voz Teocayi es la corrupción de Tezcal. Estas comparaciones semíticas con las llamadas americanas que interesaron profundamente a Catalina II. Let me see, did I read that? Oh, no, hold on. Says, la idea de un parentesco del hebreo o acadiano con los idiomas primitivos del continente apellidado americano en más de una vez traspasa los límites de la ciencia y si en ocasiones penetra el reino de la fantasía, no por ello deja de ser interesante. No por ello deja de ser interesante. Las voces kul, kum, kus, kur se presentan en las lenguas babilónicas, ku o kuktu, en las inscripciones asirias. Posiblemente correspondieron a una tribu nómada en las márgenes del Dijale. Let me see what this is. ¿Es this Atlas de judíos? No, ¿quién es this one? Con frecuencia se afirma y mantiene con gran erudición el haber descubierto afinidades entre las razas americanas y las del antiguo continente. Una teoría muy general era antes al que veía en los indios a las tribus perdidas de Israel. They just don't stop. Dice, las primeras tesis fueron como no de índole religiosas. Los pobladores de América eran ni más ni menos que los descendientes de las bíblicas tribus perdidas de Israel. Why do you think they want to stay here, fam? Kingsborough, we read that. We already read about Lord Kingsborough. I'm not going to go there. Indios norteamericanos. Take a picture of it. I'm kind of getting tired of reading, fam, because my throat's starting to hurt me. Let me go ahead and finish it. Oh, hold on. Take a picture of that too, please. My bad. Let me read the bottom. Que las tradiciones de los hebreos se vuelven a encontrar entre los pueblos indígenas de América. Vista de las cordilleras y monumentos de los pueblos indígenas de América. Esoterismo Popol Vuh. We read that already. Right? Los nombres de sus abuelos y padres que las engrendaron allá por donde se levanta el sol. Hey, remember, family, the reason I'm playing this again is because, UIT fucking blocked this shit, okay? That's why. So I just want to make sure that I get through all the books that I shared, and then that's it. We're almost done. Literally, we're almost done. Like, we don't got that much left. Basically, our people understood that we come from that region where the sun rises. Y'all need to stop lying to yourselves, bro. Oh, we're here 30,000 years, Ak. We've been here since the ages, Ak. Nah, bro. Nah. So this is my answer to you. So now that I called your ass out, because apparently you wanted to go there, I gave you something to talk about. Now let's see if you can debunk my shit.
We are not Hebrews. We no lost tribe of Israel. Hebrew history is only 6,000 years old. Native history is over 30,000 years old. Remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. And that's why we debunked that fuck of carbon dating. And then we also showed y'all videos regarding like dinosaurs and shit. They still got flesh in their fucking bones, bro. Explain that. Good to have you here, bro. I didn't even see it, man. I was all up in my reading. I wasn't really reading too much of what people were posting because they weren't really posting much. Like, people hardly posted anything. So I didn't even realize it. Now, bless you, brother. I know sometimes I'm very distant. Let me say something about me. And because I'm older. Like, I used to give people chances all the time, right? I didn't give a fuck. But then once I notice people start acting weird, I keep my distance because I've seen it too many times. I ain't trying to fuck around with weird people, bro. If you guys get emotional on me, I'm the last one that you want to talk to. Because shit brushes over my shoulders, dude. Like, it takes a lot to get to me. If you're like my brother, my cousin, my, family, like, I care for you, I live with you and shit, you know what I mean? You're my kid, whatever, like, I do care. I'm very fucking loyal, bro. Here, matter of fact, I'm gonna share it here. I'm gonna share it now that I have it. Now that that's a point, I think I want to make this point. Because I don't want y'all to get offended, man. It's just, I'm a certain way, bro. And I'm not just specifically talking to you, by the way, Chris. I'm just saying because I know you reached out to me a couple times. Hold on a second. I know you reached out to me a couple times, and I didn't hit you back or anything. But I'm just weirdo like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially after debunking this bullshit right here. In case you missed it, look at this. After going through a whole plethora of books, right? Wobble still trying to claim and shit. Oh, fuck, man. They're so, dude, y'all embarrass yourself so sadly and shit. And I call you guys out all the time. And you don't got the huevos to hit the fucking mic at all. Let me look for what I'm looking for.
Taught Native Americans how to farm. And we have proof. Did you know that maize, one of the foundational crops of the Americas, has genetic traces linking it to ancient African agricultural methods? Ancient African seafarers like the Mali Empire are believed to have reached the Americas centuries before Columbus. Carvings in Mesoamerica, including the Olmec statues, display distinctly African features, showing undeniable cultural exchange. And it wasn't just statues. Farming tools found in pre-Columbian America are strikingly similar to those used in ancient Africa. For example, African hoe designs closely match those found in Native American farming sites. There's even evidence in ancient texts and oral traditions that African travelers brought advanced agricultural techniques with them. Why isn't this history widely taught in schools? Was it erased on purpose?
I'm trying to look for the video, but in the meantime, I want to show you this. This is good. It's good 4 minutes. Listen to it.
Yeah, man. Huh. Respect and love from the world, nigga. Show them. Più nigga, uno microphone. Can't wait to sit number 15. Rock, you in studio. Bomba, clap. ¿De qué manera sufre el alma cuando alguien se va? No hay medicina que cure esa larga enfermedad. La vitamina de la vida en esta sociedad es tan divina que por nombre tiene libertad. Libérate de la mentira que está por llegar. Mide tu orgullo antes de empezar a hablar. Cierra la puerta a quien no merezca entrar, porque hay mucho que se fue y sueña con regresar. Hablemos en silencio y así no me mentirás. El poder de la palabra muere cuando hablan de más. No me fío de oraciones que se dicen por detrás. Si me miras a los ojos no te mentiré jamás. Que besar por besar es jugar por jugar. Y vivir sin amor es vivir sin amar. Solo queda la fe, solo queda soñar. Ponte de pie, ready para luchar. Some love, I can just smoke and there are some love them. I can just smoke and there are some love. I remember no fire, no girl, we be repeating. Call it with a farmer's soul, yeah. ¿De cuánto tiempo hablamos cuando hablamos de querer? Si la mitad lo malgastamos solo en comprender. ¿De qué manera es más fácil aprender? Que nacemos para ganar y morimos al perder. No puedo dejar de animarte, que cuando te caigas debes levantarte. Llegué para contarte que no todo artista muere por su arte. Traigo el honor de un humano con valor que utiliza poesía para respirar mejor. Escribo prosa para vengar al amor y recuerda aquella rosa que tiraron al contenedor. ¿Dónde se quedó el amor? Hey, I no way I sit here on no microphone forever, never. Tell me, roll some love, I can just smoke and the light, some love them. I Rastafari my life, some love. I remember no fire, no burn, ribby day. I live with a for my soul, yeah. Reggae man a for my warrior day. Not I really think. Oh, yeah, man. Y se piensa que la música es un juego, lo lleva claro, hermano. Desde España, internacional, bombo, clack, you, nego. Not so really easy. No. You nigga on a microphone. Hey, tell us what. Tell us anything. Tell if I'm a Rasta feeling on my sin. Hey, more love. Hey, original. Canova City on a production key on. Ribby them, ribby boy. Baby. Original from the world. Reggae music warrior them. Ay, yeah man. Representando el sonido callejero, nego. Respect and love, more love. Hey, pure nigga. Respect, bliss. Ya no hay camino que recorra tu pasado, tan solo cicatrices de batallas por ganar. El tiempo dice quién se quedará a tu lado y quién dará la vuelta para nunca regresar. Toda persona tiene su forma de amar, pero pocas con amor y solo queda soñar. Lo que daría por llenar este lugar con el tacto de una flor y la música del mar. Cuánto nada cuesta tanto como tener el cielo entre mis manos y no ver a quién se va. Canto y así curo mi llanto, doy gracias a la vida por la familia y que solo de verdad. Tic tac suena el reloj y recuerdo que no debo perder el poco tiempo de ti. Ay, Kion, dispáralo, el resto lo pongo yo. Puro sonido de alegría en el blog. Ey, tic tac suena el reloj y recuerdo que no debo perder el poco tiempo de ti. Ay, Kion, dispáralo, el resto lo pongo yo. Puro sonido de alegría en el blog. Ey, Seishan, I call it with a connection, them. Original reggae music, que un estudio presidente. Hey. Háblame de amor, pensamiento que no tienes mujer, y eso solo lo sé yo, que no me diste ni un día de placer. Y pide, muévelo, el sonido en la party, tremendo campeón. Y dice, muévelo. Original Labón y dice, voy navegando por el mundo, dame solo un segundo y te muestro quién soy. El mensaje más profundo, con el papel me fundo y chilla root boy. Caminando por el mundo, dame solo un segundo y te muestro quién soy. Boy. Reggae music dance, I roll them, Cali with zone, Cali with them, Cali with forever, key on for president, warrior, original of them. Hey, y dice, ¿cómo voy? Navegando por el mundo, dame solo un segundo y te muestro quién soy. El mensaje más profundo, con el papel me fundo y chilla root boy. Caminando por el mundo, dame solo un segundo y te muestro quién soy. El mensaje más profundo de Cali with them, original fire music warrior. Que un studio original, them, original, please.
del país que no se raja, papá. Del mariachi la baraja que trabaja y no se cuaja ni por una paga baja. De esa tierra soy, donde crecen los nopales, donde millones de madres parieron a mis carnales, a mi gente pues. La de piel color canela, la que viste de guarache, de sombrero y de franela, la que canta, la que celebra la muerte, la que se rompe su madre con aquel que le haga frente. Soy de aquí, la tierra del maíz y del mezcal, del café no ya de barro y de la tortilla con sal, de la solidaridad, de la causa que lo merezca, donde un taquito hermano no falta quien te lo ofrezca. De esa tierra, la del trueque y la cocoa, donde por los cielos vuela glorioso mi Quetzalcóatl. Tierra santa, donde el oro no deslumbra, donde no todo se compra y la carencia no te espanta. Y es que dime cómo no quieres que ame tanto esta tierra, si aquí nacieron mis hijos y aquí me ha criado la abuela, aquí gastó mis suelas desde que soy un enano. Es mi orgullo, mi paisano, haber nacido mexicano, y hasta el día en que yo me muera bendita será mi tierra, es mi hogar. Feliz de ver ondear esta bandera, feliz de haber nacido donde los mariachis tocan. Salucita, momento en el que nuestros vasos chocan.
Tierra de arraigo, tradición y fe, fuego en el pecho que me llama a ser aquel guerrero en que renaceré. México está en la sangre y en el alma ser, pueblo bendito al que me entregaré, savia pura de maguey.
Soy un rapero bien honrado que le gusta lo mejor. Las mujeres no me faltan, ni el dinero ni el amor. Cuando estoy en el Tenampa me llaman el desesperado. Hay tantas aventuras en esta tierra de encanto. Escucha mi cantar, voy con las penas ahogadas. El tequila siempre fiel, el mariachi me acompaña. ¡Viva México, señores! ¡Vivan sus trabajadores! Que todos nuestros campos sigan regalando flores. Y la luz entre magueyes donde el sol quema duro, donde los niños nacen con espíritu puro. Inquebrantables somos, crecemos, trabajamos. Las deudas no perdonan, honor al adversario. Lloran las guitarras, apuntan las trompetas, fusilamos la mentira y de paso la tristeza. Festejamos a los muertos, estamos medio vivos. En las peores situaciones nos mantenemos unidos. Somos los sobrevivientes, los hijos de la injusticia, los que brincan la frontera arriesgándose la vida. Y no estamos huyendo, no es cuestión de cobardía. Este sistema nos obliga porque faltan garantías. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Nada más que sentir orgullo por haber nacido aquí. México es número uno, hijo del pueblo como José Alfredo me conocen. Por todo el mundo encontrarás a la raza de bronce.
México, tierra de arraigo, tradición y fe, fuego en el pecho que me llama a ser aquel guerrero en que renaceré. México está en la sangre y en el alma ser, pueblo bendito al que me entregaré, savia pura de maguey.
Somos lo que somos, unos mexicanos. Suena México, sí señor.
Yo soy mexicano hasta la madre, hijo del cocho.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo, eres